welcome back to another episode of The Stupidest Podcast with your hosts, Justin Rademacher and the other guy. He's got some nice looking curl to his hair this evening. He's looking pretty good. I don't know what it is. He told me a little bit about it, but I kind of want to hear a little bit more from him. Looking pretty good over there, man.
I look tired, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you do look tired, but I like the hairdo. I know a lot of people can't see it, but I like it.
Nice. It's me, Justin Vandeventer. What's going on, guys? How you been? Miss ya. Miss all of you. So
yeah, I miss all you guys. I miss you. I haven't seen you for a while in person.
Dude, in person, I feel like I haven't seen you in months.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good that we're able to record like virtually like this, like over the phone.
I talk to you like every day, but I don't ever get to see you anymore.
Yeah, we talk quite a bit. Almost too much.
Yeah. Sound like all my past relationships. No, I was telling you.
What have you been up to?
I was telling you that I fell asleep with gel in my hair last night, and all of a sudden I woke up and I had this like swoosh going on in my hair, and it looked like Elvis Presley when I woke up.
You still got a little bit of that swoosh going on.
I know.
It's got the little...
After wearing a hat all day, too, it's still there. But other than that, what's new? I'm still bowling like shit. I bowled horribly last night. And, what else? Gracie got her Halloween costume.
Nice. What's she gonna be?
This ladybug character from Netflix TV show.
Okay.
Ladybug.
I think I know which one you're talking. Is it like I don't even remember what it's called. I think I've seen it, like a preview for it.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. She's all about it.
I don't get it. It's like a really bright cartoon, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like really colorful, from what I remember.
And then what else? We went to my aunt's in her boyfriend's house, and we did. He has a pumpkin patch, so we've been doing that the last couple of years, and we did that this year again. And it's a lot of fun. He has like this little tractor, and he lets the kids drive it. And they pull like the hay wagon around. He walks along beside it so he can help if there's any like troubles or anything like that.
Yep.
But the kids think they were just big shit because they got to drive like this tractor.
Yeah. Well, of course they do. Like I would too if I was that age and I didn't ever drive a tractor before.
Right. And Gracie got to drive, and she thought she was queen of the world, man. It was funny. And she did pretty good. I was pretty proud of her. It was the best I've ever seen her steer anything.
That's good.
So.
Think she's going to be a good driver based off that?
No. I didn't say she did great. I said she did good.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, we just celebrated Sabrina's daughter's birthday.
Nice.
So that was a good time. Got the whole family together for that. Mm-hmm. Other than that, not much, man. I'm getting pretty sick. Getting pretty sick and tired of working. Really looking into this early retirement thing.
Yeah, if only, right?
Right.
That'd be a pretty sweet option.
I remember an old commercial. This kid graduated from college, and his grandparents said, "Now that you graduated, what do you think you're going to do?" He goes, "Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to be like you, Grandpa. I think I'm going to look into retirement now."
Yep, because that's how it works. All the time. Just whenever you want.
So, what about you? What's new with you?
Well, I've been playing disc golf. I actually just got done playing today. I beat Josh after 18, which is good.
Nice.
So the last 2 times we've played 18, I've beat him. I'm not going to mention every time we've played 9 that he has beaten me, but it only counts when we play 18. That's what we decided when we got all the stuff ready to go. So I mean, we're for like the tags and stuff. When we get the tags, that's what we count. And so I've won the last 2, so I'm happy with that. Still working, obviously doing that on the weekends, and now it's about to be my weekend. It's Tuesday, so it's actually already started today. I got tomorrow off. I got Thursday off, so that's nice.
Nice.
Did stand up again on Thursday. We had a really good set. We had a really good show. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get a chance to review it. Danny recorded it, but it was at really high quality, and so it was hard to download. And so once we figure that out, we'll be able to watch that one. But that's one that I really want to see.
You got to start giving me some clips.
Yeah,
You don't have to give me all of them. Just give me a couple, every once in a while.
Yeah, so we can post them so people can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a show set up. I produced my first show.
Whoa.
Yeah, I just got that set up today, actually, so that's pretty neat.
Nice. Where at?
So it's going to be in Kettle River, which is like by Moose Lake.
Okay.
If you've ever been in that area. There's a bar that we're going to be doing it at. It's going to be on November 11th at 9 o'clock is what we're going to be doing. So there's going to be 6 of us that are going to be going. And, yeah, so it's at the Tower Tap is the name of the bar. And so we're going to be performing. It's going to be me, Danny, Bob, Frankie, Dustin, and Sam Schwartz. So we got 6 of us going to be doing that one. So if you guys want to see some live comedy, this is going to be November 11th. So it's actually the week that this comes out.
Nice.
So make the drive if you want to come check it out. The show, we're not charging anything for the show. So, I mean, the bar is basically covering that. So
I will definitely put some posts up.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to be working on like the posters and stuff this week. Sam and I are going to be working on that. Yeah, since I invited him, not expecting him to help me out with that, but he's nice enough to help out, so I'm excited.
Sweet.
But yeah,
send that poster over to me.
Yeah, we just nailed down the details today, so it's gonna be exciting. I'm really looking forward to this. So
nice, dude. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. We got that going. Obviously we've did the podcast last week with Danny. That was fun.
Yeah. And before you go any farther, I want to say I'm apologizing right now for the bad editing and the little mix-up that we had on opening day, but I got it fixed right away, and the episode is A-okay now.
Yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, instead of having the outro, you had the second half again. So
yeah.
Those of you that listened on the first day got to listen to it 1.5 times.
Yeah, with no ending.
Yeah, and Danny had the record for one day. She had the record for longest episode.
It was a really good episode, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to record that one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I'm in fantasy football, but I might as well not be because of how my team is doing.
Tell me about it, dude. I started out really good. I've been shitting the bed ever since.
Yeah, I don't know if you've paid attention to like the stats or anything of the league that I commission, but right now I am the league leader in points.
Yep.
But I am 2-5 because I keep playing the wrong person on the wrong day. This has happened 4 out of 7 weeks that I have played the number 1 scoring team that week. This week I scored 165 points, got 6 most points this week in the entire league, and I played the person that had the most points at 176 or something like that.
God, I need to go on a win, but man, every week it's just somebody gets hurt.
Yeah.
I
haven't had any issues with that.
I've lost like 3 running backs already.
Wow. I haven't had issues like that. Like I said, I have the best team in the league. Like scoring wise, I have the best team in the league, but I can't win.
Yeah.
Sucks.
You know what we put? We put a rule.
I'm like the Jaguars of the league.
Right.
Like they have a really good team. Yeah, I don't know. Have you seen their stats? They're top 5 defense, top 5 offense, but they're 2-5.
Yeah. I can't believe they lost to the Giants this week.
Yeah, they should have won that one.
They should have won that one. I can't believe the Giants.
They should have won a lot of them.
Yeah. They're like the Lions of last year. One score out from winning every game.
Yep. Yeah, it's a tough year for fantasy because in my other league, I'm not doing well in my other league, but that's because my team isn't doing well. So I'm okay with that. I'm getting really frustrated in our league because I am scoring points and I'm the number 1 scoring team in our league, and yet I still can't win.
Yeah.
It is so frustrating. I already told James. He was trying to console me yesterday, and I went off. I do apologize, James, if you're listening to this. I didn't mean to be mean. I was just so frustrated and angry that my team lost, and I scored that many points again. And yeah, I just couldn't pull out the victory, which I feel like I deserve. I feel like I deserve a win, scoring all these points.
Yeah, and the big league that you used to be in.
Yep.
I started out 3-0, and I am 3-4 now.
Oh, damn.
But
it's tough.
I'm undefeated in one of my leagues, though.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, that one league that I'm undefeated, I scored 218 points last week.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's insane.
Yeah, guy gave me a trade. I gave him Kyler Murray and Jamal Williams, running back for the Lions, and he gave me Walker from Seattle, their running back, and Joe Burrow.
And Joe Burrow went off this week.
The last 2 weeks.
Yeah, because I played him this week, and I hate him.
7 or 8 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
And
that's insane.
700 yards.
Yeah.
Over 700 yards.
Yeah, I was playing against him and Chase this week. And together, they had 80 points. And 77.
Walker? Let me see here. What did he do? So, last week, 97 yards and a touchdown for 19 points. And this week, 168 yards and 2 touchdowns for 28.
Dang.
I sent him a message, and Kyler Murray hasn't even touched 20. And Jamal hasn't touched 15.
Wow.
I sent him a message. I'm like, thank you for the trade, by the way. Dude, between the two of them, this past week, between Walker and Burrow, I had almost 60 points.
Dang. That's a lot of points if there's 2 people. Yep, that's why I'm not, I literally have considered not doing my league next year because I'm so frustrated right now.
Oh, stop it.
Dude, I am literally thinking about just not being the commissioner anymore. Let anybody else take over. Maybe I'll play, maybe I won't.
Shut up.
Dude, I am not having fun right now. I'm not even joking. It's not fun. When you are scoring points and you should win and you aren't winning, it makes it no fun.
Welcome to fantasy. That was me last year.
Yeah, it's so frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
Just be done. Yeah.
Last year I was the same boat. I think I was beating the next person below me was 60 points below me, and I think I was in last place. I was like, this is bullshit.
Yep.
The points for me, the second place team was 60 points below me, but the points against me, the next person that had the lower amount was by 200 and some points.
That's what it is for me this year.
Yeah, I know. I've been there, man. It sucks. It's not a good feeling.
No, it's the worst. Like, it makes you not want to play ever again.
But,
Yeah, so this year so far, I have the most points against, which is over 1,000. So 1,013.
yeah.
The next person is at 933. So basically 100. And then the next, oh, nope, Dante's at, oh yeah, then the next person after that is at 890. And then after that, it's a significant drop.
Yeah.
Oh no, the Pookie Bear is 890. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just frustrated because right now I have 9,057 points that I've scored.
Mm-hmm.
Number one in the entire league. Next to that is...
You're beating me by 100 points.
Yep, and yet yours... What's your record?
5.
You're 3-4, and I'm 2-5.
Yeah.
But yeah, so James is 5-2. I have more points than him, but Dante, who's 6-1, he's number one in our league. He's 6-1, and yet I have 20 more points than him. But I'm 2-5. I'm just done. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I brought it up.
It happens. Well, look at Dad's team. What was it? 2 years ago? Or no? Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago. He only had, by the end of the season, he only had 2 players left on his freaking roster that he didn't draft.
That he didn't draft?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Injuries.
Wow.
All those injuries.
Wow. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I need to have a comeback because, like I said, it's nice knowing that your team is scoring points, but it just sucks that it's out of my control because I start the right people every week. I get points, and I'm managing perfectly. Like, I couldn't do any better.
Right.
Managing. But it's out of my hands what the other person does.
Right.
And it's just...
I think we need to implement a rule. This is what we did in my other leagues is, so like, what do we have? 6 playoff spots?
I believe there's 6 or it's either 6 or 8. I can't remember. I'll look into it quick.
So the last 2 spots, we do best record left outside of who hasn't had a playoff spot, and then the last spot goes to the guy that has the most points scored. That doesn't have a playoff spot.
Yeah, that's how it was in that big league that I was in with you guys.
Yep.
And that's how I won one year.
Yeah.
I had the most points scored. I snuck into the playoffs and I won.
And that's the way it should be.
That's how I took all the money. Yeah, that's how I took all the money.
Mm-hmm.
It was my second year winning. Yeah, I agree. That should be how it is. We have 8 teams that make the playoffs. Week 15, 16, and 17 is going to be our championship. So we're already halfway through the season. So I need something to...
I got to start winning or I'm not going to make playoffs.
Yeah. I'm at number 9 right now. I'm literally not making the playoffs by 1 win right now. Because if I tie with anybody, I'm going to take it because of the points.
I'm at 7. I'm at 7 right now.
Yeah.
But that's going to drop because I just lost.
We can talk about this later, though. I'm sure there's people that want to hear about other things.
I could talk fantasy all night, though, man.
Yeah.
So.
Well, sweet. Should we get into it?
Have you made any trades?
I haven't, no.
Made a couple, but... All right, yeah. I'm ready to get into it if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You want to start?
You want to go first or should I?
I'll go first.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
All right. With all that hair that you got now.
On my face or on my head?
Have you ever dyed your hair when you were younger? And if so, what colors have you dyed it?
I have dyed my hair.
Okay.
Actually, technically, I didn't dye my hair. My aunt and her friend dyed my hair. And it was dyed pink and or purple. I'm pretty sure it was pink, but it could have been both, and it could have been just purple. I can't remember. But I was a little kid, and I had longer hair.
Nice.
But they they sat me down and got my hair and turned it pink.
Was it like a permanent thing or just like a washable dye?
I'm pretty sure it was a washable dye.
Okay.
But it was so long ago. Like, I was like probably 6 or 7, maybe 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that's the only time that I recall. Unless I guess I have like done it for like I think high school. I had some hair dye, or like it was either hair dye or hair color that changed your hair color.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I did purple since we were the Bison. I think I did that once.
I forgot you were a Buffalo boy.
Yep, Buffalo Bison, baby. Otherwise, I don't think I have. How about you?
I've dyed my hair a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've dyed, me and the whole baseball team, back when it was the Slim Shady days, you know, we all we bleached our hair. I mean, bleach blonde.
Yeah.
I used to do highlights almost every summer. Blonde highlights. And then one year for wrestling, we all dyed our hair black.
For what?
I don't know. That's what they wanted to do, so we all dyed it black. I was like, whatever, I'm in. Hair is hair. I don't care.
Interesting.
So there's a few pictures around here floating around me with. I look like an emo kid.
Just a jet black hair.
Jet black. I kind of liked it.
Yeah? Bring it back.
I think my grandma has a picture of, because we did a family picture that year or whatever, and I got 2 black eyes from wrestling that year, from like the week before. So there's a picture of me with jet black hair and 2 shiners.
Nice.
So yeah. Other than that, I think that's the only 2 colors. Oh, I dyed it blue one time.
For what?
Just for shits and giggles.
Okay.
So, but it wasn't.
Interesting.
That was like I don't know, so many washes and it came out.
Oh, I got it. So it wasn't the permanent kind.
Yeah, it wasn't a permanent, but it was like 20
it
washes.
Was more permanent. Yeah, more permanent than some of the temporary ones that you can buy.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So.
Sweet. Well, what's something that blows your mind just thinking about it? Like, I can give you an example if you need.
Oh, I got one.
I have 2.
I got one.
Okay.
But I think you're gonna laugh at me.
Well, I'm gonna laugh at you regardless, but.
So, I was smoking a little reefer back in the day, or whatever, and
interesting.
I started looking at my hand, and I look, and I still, I mean, sober even, I'm looking at it, and I go, supposedly we're all created by God, right?
Yeah.
The design that he had in the hand, I mean, if you look at it, it's pretty remarkable. If you watch the flow and the way your hand can move, and I want to say technology on how to close and open a hand is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you got all those tendons that are connected to every finger, all the muscles, all the joints. It's pretty cool. It kind of blows my mind that.
Yeah. Well, you know we have other body parts too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. But I mean, what went through my mind was we were created from nothing. Like no human being has ever been made, right? Who thinks of doing that?
So you don't believe in any sort of evolution then? So it couldn't be millions of years of change?
Maybe. I don't know. Somebody designed this. Somebody came up with this thought, though.
Well, yeah, but there's also like other creatures. Like if you look at like a raccoon, like they have weird hands, but yet
pretty remarkable. That's what I'm saying. It blows my mind that is possible. Like if you really kind of, I mean, I don't know. It's a high thought.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you'll definitely have those Like if you have a little something, whether it be weed or mushrooms or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like you're gonna have those thoughts. And yeah, it is like, if you think about it, it is weird.
It blows my mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, my two examples, there's way more than the two, but what were you gonna say?
I mean, we're one of the only species with opposable thumbs.
Yeah, that's true.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, the thumbs can do a lot.
Why are we so special? Why do we get that? It blows my mind.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't be able to do the stupidest podcast without thumbs. Actually, probably could.
Probably could. I can hunt and peck pretty good on a keyboard.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
just gotta hit that record button.
Yeah.
No, the two things that blow my mind is that that there might be aliens out there, and there's a possibility that aliens are already here and we don't even know it yet.
Yep. Oh, I know what the second one is. Mermaids.
No, I wasn't going to say that, but I could bring that up. I can't believe that some people believe in mermaids.
Yeah, right.
No, the other one is that I can't believe, like, every time I've ever gone on a road trip, we usually drive at random times. Like, I've driven at night, I've driven during the day, and no matter where I'm at or what time it is, you usually see another car. So it's just crazy to me that if you think about it, like, at any given time, there's always somebody else driving within, like, a certain radius, because obviously it's not, like, all the time. But then if you also think about it, if you don't see anybody, well, then you're that person that's driving. So then you are taking the place of that person driving in that area at that time. But, like, it just seems like there's always somebody everywhere, no matter what time. I don't know. It just blows my mind.
Well, there's so many people in this world that really would blow your mind is there's always somebody out there doing the exact same thing you're doing in that moment.
Yep. That kind of reminds me of Mitch Hedberg when he's like, one of his jokes, he's talking about shaving. Mm-hmm. And he's like, sometimes when I'm shaving, I like to think that somebody else is shaving out there. So I tell myself that I'm going to go shave too.
It's pretty crazy to think. Like, you're never the only person doing something.
Yep. Yes, there's other people right now recording a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when this airs, while it's like people are listening to this part, somebody else is either listening to that same podcast or listening to a podcast or recording a podcast. Like, yep.
And if you guys out there help us out, somebody will be listening to this part at the exact same time as you.
Yeah, exactly.
If they start sharing.
Yeah. Yeah, we still got a lot. We got a lot of people that listen, but I mean, if we got more, then the chances would just increase.
Yeah.
So tell your family, tell your friends.
I like it.
Yeah,
you really think aliens are upon us right now, huh?
They could be. I don't know.
I'll go with they are. So many weird things that have been said and seen and talked about that they're not here.
Yeah. Well, and it's just crazy if you think about, like, all the species out there. What's not to say that they're not aliens, you know?
Right.
You know? There's some crazy creatures out there.
Who's to say we're not the aliens?
Just on Earth. Yeah. That's exactly what my theory was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, we could be the aliens, and the quote-unquote Earthlings could be at Area 51 under the Earth.
Boom.
That's what I'm saying.
I like it. That one blew my mind when you said that one. I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah. Yeah, that one is another thing that blows my mind is if we are the aliens and we forgot that we're the aliens, how crazy would that be?
I don't know if I talked about it on here or not. Mars. They found out Mars when
The candy bar?
No, the planet. When they sent the rover up there, they thought they found things that were very Earth-like, atmosphere and all that stuff. Well, they found that all over that planet was the same kind of material that is found at like Hiroshima and all that, and anywhere that we've done nuclear testing. So there was a scientist that said what he thinks happened was that there was a nuclear war on that planet. And somehow the nuclear bomb exploded in the atmosphere and destroyed the entire planet.
That's an interesting theory.
He goes, because at one point that you can see the topography and the design of the planet, that there was lakes, so there was rivers, there was definitely living life there.
That'd be pretty sweet. Like, if that was like still a thing, and we had like Earth and Mars, and you could like go travel between the two.
Maybe they're here.
Yeah. Maybe they came.
Maybe we are Martians.
Yeah. Maybe we're the Martians, and we got the Earthlings at Area 51. Okay, they're helping this movie become a thing.
Yeah. Boom.
This might be a movie in the year 3000.
So
I gotta get the funds.
Man, we need to start writing this shit down. We need to make a book so this can become a...
Yeah, exactly. Make some money on the book, and then we can do the movie.
I like it.
There we go.
All right. What is the tallest and the shortest girl you have ever dated? And what is the tallest and shortest that you would date?
Well, I don't know the exact height of any of the people that I've dated. The girls that I've dated, most of them have been shorter than me. But I have dated a couple girls that were taller than me, but not like, I don't know, I'd probably say 6'1" or 6'2", if I had to guess, would be the tallest that I've dated. And then, I don't know I'd say maybe 5'2" is the shortest I've dated. I don't know exactly heights, but I'm just kind of estimating.
Okay.
And then for girls that I would date, I don't really have height restrictions, tall or short. Like,
you date a 7-foot woman?
Oh, sure.
Nice.
She's got a cool personality and she likes what I'm doing. And like, we don't have to have the exact same likes, but I mean, as long as we're compatible and we have chemistry and stuff, like, sure.
Okay.
How about you?
Tallest I've ever dated, this girl was 6'4".
Okay.
And I'm 5'9", 5'10". As Ron White would say, depending on what convenience store I walk out of.
I like that.
Shortest I ever dated was 4'11". Oh no, maybe 5 foot, somewhere around in there.
Okay.
And the tallest I would date, I'm kind of with you. I don't really have a preference. I don't know if I could date somebody over 7 feet. That's really tall. I mean, if she's cool with it, I guess I'm down. I mean, it wouldn't bother me any, but I think it would bug. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm down. Yeah, I don't really have a preference.
Yeah.
I'll date however tall, however short.
Yeah, I was on Tinder not too long ago, just kind of going through scrolling.
Yeah.
And I like how this one girl on her profile said that height doesn't really matter to me because we're both the same height while we're laying in bed.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Nice.
Made me feel good about my height.
So, all right.
Sweet. So in your opinion, what is the funniest looking animal?
When you asked, I was going to say sloth. But then I was like, no, that ain't. Anteater. Definitely an anteater.
Okay.
Got that long nose, that tongue that kind of slithers like a snake.
Yep.
I'm going with anteater.
That's a good answer. I like that. You might have to Google mine.
Okay.
But that's a pretty funny looking animal. The Arabian sand boa.
Arabian sand boa.
Yep. Anybody listening, if you want to Google Arabian sand boa, and you're gonna get it looks like a kindergartner drew a snake.
Looks like a worm with eyes on it.
Yeah, yep, and it became a real thing. So it's basically a worm, and they put little 2 dots on for eyes, and that's it.
Does it have a mouth? Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. It looks really funny. I think it looks really cool. It's just an interesting looking animal.
Wow.
It's a cute animal. Yeah.
Are they poisonous?
That I'm not sure of. I didn't do all my research. This is the stupidest podcast. So I figured I didn't need to know everything.
Nice.
You look like you're looking at that pretty intently.
Yeah. It is a species of snakes in the family of the boa. The species is epidemic to the Arabian Peninsula and Iran, where it spends the day buried in the sand.
Yep. Yeah, and then I think it has its eyes poked out, so that's why kind of the eyes kind of look like bulged out a little bit.
The Arabian sand boa is a small snake growing to a total length of about 38 centimeters, aka 15 inches. The eyes are very small and are located on the top of the head, which has a blunt snout and is wedge-shaped. This snake's color is yellowish gray or sandy brown speckled with white flecks and transversely banded with dark marks. It's a really weird fucking looking snake.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. I saw a picture of it, and I just had to come up with a question so I could get that answer. And again, just Google it. It's a pretty interesting looking thing.
Yeah, it literally looks like somebody tried to grab a worm, spray painted it a little bit, and put googly eyes on it.
Yep.
Nice. How'd you find that?
I've seen it on Reddit a few times.
Oh, okay.
And so I just recently saw it when I was doing questions for this episode and decided to ask.
Nice. All right. If you could meet your comedy hero, Brian Regan, for me, Bert Kreischer, what would you say or ask of them?
Oh, man. I haven't really thought about it because I don't know if it would ever happen. I'm sure it will happen, maybe. There's a possibility, that I could just possibly run into him, but I don't know. I would, try not to, fangirl out. I wouldn't want to, go crazy, but I feel like he's going to be one of the people that I would, have to hold back for. Because in the past I've seen people that are famous and I don't think anything of it, but if I see him, I probably just want to shake his hand and just be like, hey, thank you for everything that you've done in your career. I've followed you and I really admire you, and I think that you're
I would love to see you just straight up saying,
I would be holding that back. That's how I would feel inside. Dude, I'd be screaming inside.
I would love to hear you just high-pitched scream like a girl. It'd be so funny.
I'm sure it'll happen if it ever does. But yeah, I would just thank him, shake his hand, tell him that he's a stand-up guy. Hey-oh. No, I would just I don't know. I wouldn't want to like I said, I wouldn't want to go crazy on him. I would just want him to know how much he means to me. And
all right, I give you 3 questions to ask him. What would you ask him?
I would ask him, it's tough because I don't want to ask him for advice necessarily because it's, I'm sure there's a lot that has changed since he got into comedy. Um, so it's tough. Man, I don't know. I'd probably ask him like dumb questions just to get to know him a little bit better.
Nice.
So then that way I could like see, that way I could say I know something that not a lot of people know about Brian Regan. I think that'd be kind of cool. So I'd maybe ask him like a dumb question that we would maybe ask on the podcast. Like, do you shave your balls? No, I'm not going to ask him that.
It's probably sponsored by Manscaped.
Maybe, yeah. No, I would ask him something weird just to kind of get an idea of something new about him. Maybe see what he has planned for his future.
Nice.
If he sees comedy in his future forever or what. And then maybe ask him what his favorite experience is that he's had in his career. Something, I don't know.
Nice.
You put me on the spot.
Yeah. All right.
How about you? If you met Bert Kreischer, what would you say, or what would you ask him?
First I'd shake his hand and tell him thank you.
Would you take your shirt off?
Yeah, in a heartbeat. No, I wouldn't do that to him. I would challenge him to a race because he thinks he's really fast at taking his shirt off. I'm like, all right, let's do this. Ready? Go. I would shake his hand and tell him thank you because his comedy helped me through a lot of fucking dark times and shit. You know, it kind of lightened my day.
Yeah.
And not that there wasn't any other comedians that didn't, but he said once on a podcast that he had a fan come up and say thank you, and he goes, "You're my guy." He goes, "I don't think you understand what that means." And they were going to take him away, and Bert goes, "Oh, I wanted to hear what he meant by that." And he goes, "What I mean by you're my guy is I don't have a lot going on in my life. So when you have a win, I feel like I have a win. Because I picked you."
Yeah.
So when you do something great, I did something great because I picked the right guy. So I thought that was a really cool saying. I was like, yeah, it does feel that way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was really cool. And a lot of people think of him just as a big party animal, which, I mean, he does party. Don't get me wrong. He probably parties harder than any other comedian out there. But he's also a big family guy. More than people know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like it's getting out there a little more because, like, his family is in a lot of his videos now.
Right. And I truly think that he's never cheated on his wife.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, everybody talks about it. Like, I've heard people that have opened up for him and go, the dude has, like you would think he has no sex drive because he doesn't, out on the road, doesn't even think of that. Doesn't even, like, think of his mind, but with all these beautiful women probably throwing themselves at him.
Yeah.
Which I find really cool. But I would definitely love to go golfing with him.
Yeah. Golfing or disc golfing?
Golfing. I'm not.
Golfing.
I'll disc golf with him, but I want to play regular golf with him because supposedly he's pretty.
Yeah.
He's decent at it, supposedly.
Yeah.
And I've never even seen him swing a club. I would love to tour with him. I'd love to do an opening act for him.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
If I got the opportunity, I would love to just go on the tour with him for like a week or so, just to go with. I don't even have to.
Like you don't want to do stand up.
I would love to, but if it's not an opportunity, it's not an opportunity. But I would love to just go with.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Just to have that experience and see what that's like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just document, like,
maybe see it. maybe you should reach out to him, see if you can like do an internship with him for
right.
summer.
That'd be sweet. Yeah, except that ain't gonna happen. I couldn't do it even if he said yes.
Yeah.
But that's probably what I would do.
Sweet. Like that.
So.
What is the most dangerous thing that you were forced to do because no one would help you? Or dangerous thing. Things or things.
I was joking with you and just said living.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I understand that feeling.
I don't know. I've been still thinking about that one. Give me yours.
Okay, mine is we had to heat our apartment with our oven.
I remember that.
For, I think it was just over a week we had to do that. That was not fun. It was negative 16 degrees outside for most of the week. And that we had no heat because our heat went out.
Yep.
And management wouldn't really do anything. They bought us little space heaters and they didn't work for shit. So we literally just turned our stove on and opened the door and just had that going for a while. And then eventually we put like, boiling water. Like we had pots on top of the stove and we would just boil water and have the heat coming from the bottom of the oven. And that was not the safest thing, but I mean,
yeah, gotta do what you gotta do.
We had to stay warm.
Yeah, I remember that. I told you you could have came and stayed with me that time.
Yeah. No, I would have rather risked my life.
Didn't stay with me. That's great. Most dangerous thing. Because nobody would help me. I don't know.
It's a tough question. That's why I figured I'd ask it, but like it just reminded me of that story, and so I just figured that was a good.
Yeah, I like it. I've done a lot of stupid things and a lot of dangerous things, but not because nobody would help me.
You don't have to answer it if you don't have one.
I don't think I have one because I've always had somebody that's willing to help me.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, you've lived a good life.
I got good people around me.
Yeah.
Waiting for you to hop around, but you'll get there. I'm just kidding. So, all right. What do you wish? Danny asked that question, what we thought we were good at and what we could.
Yep.
So, what do you think you could be better at in life? What do you think is the weakest thing in your life right now that you're doing that you could probably make better?
It's tough because I feel like one of the things that I could be better at is reaching out to my friends and family more often, which is tough with having a job and trying to get into comedy, having a podcast, wanting to play a sport that I really love in disc golf. It just takes up a lot of time. And I mean, living a decent time away. So I live at least 2.5 hours from a lot of my old friends and family. And, it's tough to connect. I wish I had more time to do it, and I wish I could be better at that. But I guess it's tough because I was just listening to Pete Holmes' podcast, and he had Gabriel Iglesias on there, and he was talking about what it took to get into comedy and what the secret is in order to have a successful career in comedy. And he said that the secret is simple. But it's hard, if that makes sense. So the secret is sacrifice. You need to sacrifice a lot in order to get what you're looking for. And he had to sacrifice a lot. And so I feel like one thing that I have sacrificed, not necessarily knowing until after the fact, but, now that I know, I do try to reach out to people, whether it be through Facebook Messenger or text. I don't do it as often as I want to. But yeah, there's still people that I want to reach out to that I just haven't for a long time. That's definitely something I could be better at, and I would like to get better at if I just had more time.
Okay. I hear you. For me, it's asking for help sooner.
Yeah.
I always wait.
That's a good one.
To where it's almost too late to ask for help. And then the hole's too damn big. It's hard for me to ask for help. I don't like asking for help a lot. And I know.
Do you have an example, like recently or something?
No, it's just, just everything in life.
Yeah.
Just, I won't tell anybody about something or something like that, and then it just escalates and escalates, and then by the time I ask for help, it's just such a huge problem.
Is it like a physical thing, or more like a emotionally, like you're holding yourself in or something?
Everything, both.
Okay.
Physically, emotionally, financially.
Yeah.
Everything. And then the other thing I could work on is I have anxiety really bad.
Yeah.
If I could fix that, I would fix that in a heartbeat.
Which is, it's crazy because like I have pretty bad anxiety too. Like I feel like it has its ups and downs. Like there's definitely times where I'm way more anxious than I am in other situations. But I don't know what I was gonna say. I just lost my train of thought.
So what is your anxiety like? When your anxiety is high, what are you feeling?
I'm just worried about most of I guess I'm more anxious about the unknown. Whether it be that's what I was gonna say. It's crazy that we have like this anxiety and yet we're able to do the podcast in front of thousands of people that listen like every month. Like I feel like that's like I'm not nervous at all. I feel like I'm literally just having a conversation with my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's all it is to me. Like that's exactly why I keep doing it. Like I don't really I do it for you guys. I want you guys to like what you're hearing, and I want to be able to stay I want you to be entertained, but I'm more focused on just spending time with a good friend that I want to get to know a little bit better. And this is a really good way to get to know somebody, is asking them random weird questions. And so I think it's really deep. Yeah, we get really deep sometimes. We said in an earlier episode, we want to hit all the emotions, and I feel like we've hit a lot of emotions throughout the time here on the podcast. And it's just really nice to have this outlet, have this almost therapeutic way of talking to somebody. And I mean, you're listening to me, but there's also other people out there listening. And I hope that through our conversations, we're able to help other people, whether it be emotionally. Yeah, whether it be emotionally. I mean, obviously we're not helping them financially, but helping them emotionally, or at least as a getaway for a little while. That's what I listen to podcasts about a lot of the time, or just to get to know a little bit more about them.
If we can make somebody giggle, smile, laugh one time during each episode, then I'm happy.
Yeah, same. That's exactly why I want to do my jokes, because I want to make somebody's day. I don't want to, I just want to be able to I obviously want my comedy to get out there because I really like it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it, and I want to be able to make somebody's day more enjoyable. That's all I really want. I don't care if I make $1 million doing it or millions of dollars doing it. If I can make a living of it, that'd be awesome. That would be the dream. I would love to make a living, but I don't need more than that.
Right.
I just want to be able to have a place of my own, be able to do what I want when I want. That'd be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I just want to make people enjoy themselves. I want to enjoy myself doing it as well. If I didn't enjoy doing this podcast, what's the point?
Right.
You know, I never want it to feel like a job.
I think your anxiety is different than mine.
Yeah.
See, when my anxiety is really high, I just feel like I'm in trouble all the time.
Like, why do you feel like you're in trouble?
I don't know. I just always feel like I'm waiting for somebody to come yell at me. Or tell me that I did something wrong.
Who's going to yell at you?
I don't know. That's part of the anxiety.
Yeah.
I always feel like I did something wrong. All the time. When my anxiety's high, I could crawl in a shell and just stay there because I'm scared that if I come out of it, somebody's going to yell at me. Somebody's going to tell me I did something wrong. Or somebody's going to tell me I fucked up. Or somebody's going to tell me I did this wrong. And I'm just waiting for that.
Yeah. Well, what if somebody yells at you because you're in the shell, though? Does that help your anxiety, or am I making it worse?
Going in the shell makes it worse.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. Like,
going in the shell makes it worse, and that's why a lot of people
you need to confront it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I confront it, but I stay. That's why I stay busy all the time. That's why I've always worked 2 or 3 jobs. Because if I'm sitting still, my anxiety's going.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, I'm sitting still, so now I got the chance that they can corner me and tell me I'm fucking up, or.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter what you do or what you don't do. It doesn't feel different.
No, because there's times where I can sit at home and go, all my bills are paid. I haven't done anything wrong. All my jobs at work are done. I'm not in trouble anywhere else. I'm not done anything here. And all of a sudden I'll sit still and I go, somebody's going to come get me. Somebody's going to come yell at me. Somebody's going to call me and bitch me out. Somebody's going to do this. Somebody's going to do. I don't. That's my anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. When I have that, like because I was actually like that today, but I ended up just going to town because I had to get some stuff, and then I forgot my chicken at work. I got Super One fried chicken, and I forgot it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like thinking about that. I was literally like anxious about it last night, like thinking about it in bed because I just wanted it here at the house. So that way I knew I had it and I didn't have to worry about it. But I just ended up like leaving and going to get it. And it was actually nice because then I was able to go to Walmart, get some stuff that I've needed to get for a while. And then I went to the casino and I was just there as a guest for a little bit. I didn't like gamble or anything, but it was nice just to be there without having to work. That was nice. So I understand staying busy like definitely helps. Yeah, because there's definitely times where I am anxious where there's nothing going on. But for the most part, when I have nothing going on, that is when I'm the least anxious. I usually get anxious when there's things coming up and like I just want a day off and I don't see a day off in the future. Like say like I don't have a day off for 2 weeks. Like that gives me anxiety because then I'm like, okay, well, I'm just constantly going to be busy for 2 weeks. And if something pops up, I'm going to have to say no. And what if that would have led to something else? And so I like just get in my own head about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I like having the free time because with the free time, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever comes up and you're good to go. But when you're so busy, you got to say no to opportunities that you would maybe normally say yes to. So that gives me anxiety.
I get that too. I definitely get that. I hate it. I hate that feeling.
Yeah. Well, it sucks because when you have anxiety, like you feel it on both ends, and there's no really stopping it. You just need to. I don't know if it's only time that gets rid of it or what gets rid of it, or if there is even a thing that would be able to or not.
I don't know if it'll ever go away.
Yeah. Some people might say medication, but I don't know for sure.
I'm not taking medication.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
So many people have told me, have you ever thought about taking, like, no, I don't. I'm not, bad thoughts aren't entering my head or anything like that. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't need medication for something that I know I can talk myself out of.
Yeah. That it is nice to have multiple things going on in your life because I know having comedy in my life is great. That helps with a lot because if I have a good set, that makes me feel really good. If I have a bad set, it gets to me and I get a little more anxious, but I learn from that experience. So that's kind of a good thing. So comedy, I don't get anxious about comedy as much anymore because of that, because I know there's either a learning opportunity or it goes well and I can hone in on what goes well at that point. But then on the alternative, it's nice to have disc golf and it's nice to get away for my job for a little bit, to kind of get me into different mindsets and like, it gets my brain thinking in a different way sometimes and it distracts you. So like when you're not at work or when you're at work, you can think about disc golf or you can think about comedy and like that gets you away from that. But then when you're at like doing disc golf, I try to focus on disc golf. But then if I'm having a bad day, then I'm like, oh, well, you know what? Well, at least I have comedy on Thursday. I got a good thing coming up, so I'm good there. So I always try to think of the good things in the future to something to look forward to, and that kind of helps. But again, it's only helping. It's not getting rid of it. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do love that anxiety before going on stage or that nerves.
Yeah, that like stomach
Mm-hmm.
rolling feeling almost sometimes.
It's the greatest feeling ever. Makes you feel alive.
Yeah, you need to have those moments where you feel alive because otherwise, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
Well, there was our deep question for the night.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that. All right, my next one is, what's the nicest thing that your family has done for you that they didn't have to do, but they did anyways? It doesn't have to be big.
Roof over my head.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I can make it somewhere else, but it'd be really freaking tough.
Well, yeah, it's tough because I mean you got a lot on your plate.
Yeah. So.
And little ones are expensive.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I should have gone first on this one. Mine's way less than yours.
All right, what do you got?
I just said my grandpa built us a dart wall in his basement because Donovan and I really got into darts like for a little while, and it's still there. Like it's still in his house. It's just he like because it's an unfinished basement, and so there was nowhere like we had the dartboard, but it was like hanging on one of the 2x4s, and so like it would fall down every now and then because like we would hit it and it would just jiggle off.
So what do you do? Put some like tag board and stuff?
Yeah, he like made up a really nice wall. So instead of like just drywall, he did drywall, but then he put something on top of the drywall. So like the darts didn't make as big of an impact and you wouldn't like go right into the drywall. And so it would just like hit the wall and like either go to the ground or like it wouldn't damage the wall basically. Nice. But he made us a wall specifically for darts. Like he made it so like the dartboard was like right there.
I like it.
And it was really cool. Like he's a woodworker, so he knows what he's doing.
Nice.
So he did a really good job with it. And it's funny that they still have it in their basement. I was actually at my grandma's when I came up with this question. So I was like, that was really nice of him. Like he really didn't have to do that. Like, cause we didn't play super like often. Like we just did it every now and then, but it was something he didn't need to do, but he did anyways.
Okay.
But yeah, it wasn't as big as a roof over my head.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah. I would say that is a thing that my family has done though. They did put a roof over my head at one point for
I think
20 plus years. Yeah.
Was it plastic tip darts or steel?
Yeah, plastic tip.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the steel would probably, with the way that he built that wall, the steel would probably do some damage to it.
Okay.
But the plastic tips, we did go through a lot of plastic tips though.
Nice. Yeah, those plastic tips would still go into a
They do
drywall.
some, yeah, oh yeah, that's why, like I said, like it was drywall and something else. I don't remember exactly what it is. It might just be plywood or something, but it
Corkboard?
looks cork, or it could be that. Yeah.
Okay.
It has drywall on it, but then there's something else with it.
Okay.
I just can't remember.
All right. When you first met me, what did you think? What was the first thing you thought when you first met me?
Man, it's been so long. I remember like, because we didn't like obviously know each other a lot, but I'm pretty sure, did I start first or did you start first at the bowling alley?
I think we started pretty close to the same
Roughly
time.
the same time. Yeah,
Yeah,
because your
I'm gonna
sister
say
trained
within
me
a
in at
couple of
the,
weeks we both started.
yeah, because your sister trained me in at the or at the bowling counter, and then I saw you, I think you were a mechanic.
Nope.
Is that right?
Nope. I started at the front desk.
Oh, did
You
you? Okay.
started in the arcade.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
You were in the arcade, and I was the desk guy.
Yeah. I must have started before you because I started that my first day was at the bowling counter and I did that for a few weeks. And then they moved me to the arcade and I did both for a while. Yeah, I did the both for a while and then I eventually went from that to I think helping manage. I was like the MOD at the time
No, you went from
after that.
desk to arcade to desk to server to MOD.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think you know more about my career than I do.
Because I helped manage it, a lot of it.
Yeah, that's true.
We
no, I remember like
we both got trained in at the desk at the same time, and then you got switched over to arcade.
That's because you guys didn't like me at the bowling alley. Just kidding.
I think we needed somebody dependable down in the arcade because I don't think we had anybody.
Oh, I got you.
Because Joey just left after that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Marie needed somebody that.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, no, I remember like wanting to get to know you, and I wanted to be your friend.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like I don't know what it was, but I'm just like that guy's cool. Like I want to get to know him a little bit, and I don't know exactly how that ended up. How's our relationship going now? Is it?
It's still up in the air.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
it turned out good.
I don't think we have a friendship.
No? What do we got?
Fucking family now, man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean we've grown together.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like cool because I was trying to get to know you, and then like I think it took a while, but we ended up doing Moonlight Bowling together, and I think that's really where it started like connecting.
Really growing.
Yeah, growing. And then I think you guys invited me onto your bowling league, but you could only get me on because Spoonie could only do every other week, so then I joined every other week.
Yep.
And then we did that for years. And then after that I moved up here, I think, after that, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, no, I remember I liked it. I thought you were a cool guy. Wanted to get to know you.
Yeah, like I said, I remember meeting you, liking you, wanted to be your friend and all that, and hang out. And I liked working with you, and then you went down to the arcade, and I was pissed. Because you were you were competent.
Yeah.
Me and you at the desk.
Yeah, you wanted to. Yeah.
You
wanted to work with me.
Solid, yeah. It was solid at the desk, and then all of a sudden you left, and I had to work with a couple of people who were kind of idiots, and I was like, "What happened to the freaking good kid?"
I was giving away Tootsie Rolls and.
Yeah, right.
Giving away prizes.
I remember when we actually did start clicking and all that, you'd always come up to the desk and bring me candy.
I remember that too, yeah.
I was like, yeah.
I'd ask you, what do you want this time?
So, all right.
No, I like that.
Yeah,
sure. All right, he's got to get this real quick. All right. So my last question before we get into the segment is there any item that reminds you of your childhood the most? Or just really reminds you of your childhood? It doesn't have to be the most, but.
A couple of things. I got 2 or 3. Well,
you can only do one.
I don't. I have this wooden truck that I still have that my uncle made me out of wood.
You have a wooden truck that he made you out of wood.
Yeah.
I like that.
Dude, I've worked for 14 hours. Leave me the hell alone. And I'm doing a podcast at 10 o'clock at night. So, all right, just be happy that I'm talking.
I know.
That, and then I have this raccoon pillow that I've had since I was really little. And I have a teddy bear that I've had since I was probably a baby. And I have my baby blanket still. I don't sleep with a blankie. I don't have a blankie. To be honest with things, I have it, and every time I see it, it still reminds me of my childhood because I always had it on my bed. I never slept.
He only ever sleeps with it when I'm there, and I'm sure he doesn't sleep with it any other time.
Yeah. To be honest, it's in the closet somewhere, but I still run across it every once in a while. And I'm like, oh shit! Can't believe I still have that. So that blanket's got to be 30 years old or better.
Dang.
So yeah, those are the couple of things that I remember of my childhood that have stayed with me.
Made it. Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Made it through the test of time.
Yep.
The other thing is, I was going to ask you, after you asked this question, I was going to ask you, do you ever have like a coin that was like in your junk drawer or something like that you can't lose? You lose it, but you always find it, and somehow it just keeps, you're like, how do I still have this junked up piece of coin that I got like from Valley Fair or someplace stupid?
Yeah.
And you're like,
oh, I got a bunch of that stuff. You know, I'm a knickknacks guy.
I know.
So I got a lot of my knickknacks have a lot more significance to me than a lot of people know.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I have a lot of weird things. I have rocks from places that I've been. I know where most of them are from. Some of them I can't quite remember. Yeah, but otherwise I have little trinkets that I get from family and friends when they go on vacation. Those ones obviously aren't as significant, but like I have a little piece of the Metrodome roof I got from one of my old bosses when I worked there. That was really cool. That holds a really big significance to me. Yeah, I have a lot of like things that knick-knacky things like that. I have a coin collection that my grandpa gave me. Like he gave me, it's got all of the state quarters. So I have a collection of all of the state quarters. And then he had a really big collection, but he split it in 7 and he gave it to each of us grandkids. And so like we each have a little bit of his coin collection. So that's kind of neat. But yeah, so for stuff like that. But as for like the item that reminds me of childhood, for my question, the thing that I wrote down is my grandma and grandpa have this turtle like footstool, and I remember playing that with it as a kid. Like I thought it was the coolest little thing. It's just made out of wood, and it's got like a leather top on it, but people would just use it for like their footstool. But I would play with it, and I would like make it into a creature. I would fight against it. I would have my like little action figures fight against it, and it was just really cool. I loved that thing as a kid, and I see it every now and then at my grandma's house, and it just reminds me of my childhood. So I love that. Um, I still have my mom has my childhood blanket, so I see that every now and then. Um, not super often, but I like seeing that. That reminds me of my childhood. I have a raccoon, stuffed animal, and I call him Ricky the raccoon, and
Nice.
he's always in my room, and so he's just hiding out there. And then in Christmas, or like around the Christmas time, I have a Wacko. You remember Wacko from the Maniacs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a Wacko
Wow, that's
stocking. And so I have that stocking, and I always put Ricky the raccoon in that stocking every Christmas. And so he just hangs out there for a while, but he's always around. Ricky's always around. Yeah, those are the things that remind me the most about my childhood. I guess I do remember, anytime I see pickles, that reminds me of my childhood.
why.
Because my grandma, Bartkey, she used to pickle like her own cucumbers.
Ooh.
And so just the smell of them reminds me of her house, especially like if they're homemade. That throws me right back into childhood. And then
That
when I was younger,
I'm with you on the pickles. My grandma, she had a garden of pickles, and she always canned her own dill pickles.
yep,
And I hate pickles. I'm not a pickle guy, but I love my grandma's dill pickles that she pickled.
that's awesome. Yeah, no, and then when I was a kid, I was at my grandma Campbell's house, and we were talking. I wasn't really talking. I was trying to talk. I was a kid. I was like really young, like just learning how to talk. So like 9.
So like
I was kidding.
last week.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was really young. So I was like pointing, and we were looking in the fridge, and I'm like pointing, and I'm like, Puckers. She's like, what? Like, what are you looking for? I'm like, Puckers. And she's like, what's going on? I don't know. We weren't even by the fridge at this point. I was just asking for Puckers. And then
Drinking at that
eventually,
young
like,
of age.
I was. Eventually we were in the kitchen, and we were like by the fridge, and I pointed at the fridge. I'm like, Puckers. And she's like, okay, what are you looking for in the fridge that's called Puckers? So then I finally like pointed to the pickles, and she's like, you mean pickles? I'm like, yeah, Puckers.
Nice.
So that's how she figured that out. It was kind of neat.
That's
But
pretty cool.
actually, talking about that, I should actually bring up, if my grandma ever listens to this episode, today is her birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Grandma. This is the day that we're recording, so obviously this is in the past from when we actually air it. But yeah, it's her birthday, and when I was like learning how to say her name is Grandma. So when I was learning to say her name, my aunt was like, can you say Grandma? I'm like, grrr. She's like, no. Can you say Grandma? I'm like, grrr. She's like, no, say Grandma. Grrr. I would just get louder and say grr. And so like that became her name. It was Grr. And then I couldn't say Grandpa. And so I would say, and they're like, how say Grandpa? Papa.
Yeah.
I couldn't say Grandpa, so I said Grr and Papa.
That's
that was kind of neat.
Gracie still calls my dad Papa.
Yeah.
It's Papa Fred and Papa Pete.
Nice.
So that's funny. Well, I'm glad to see that your pronunciation hasn't changed much.
No, I know, and that's actually why I'm in comedy now.
Yeah. So, all right. Is that it for questions?
I think that's it for questions.
Nice.
And now we're getting into our segments. What's our first segment?
A karaoke group can smell.
What the hell was that?
What?
Did you hear that?
I clicked the button.
Oh.
Is that the sound that you heard?
No, somebody was talking.
Oh, I didn't hear anybody talking.
I did on my end. Huh.
Interesting.
I told you there's some weird shit going on in this house tonight.
Yeah, I don't see anything. You got to turn the thing so I can see the staircase for you.
Yeah, right. Um, yeah. So, so everybody knows while we were setting up, I'd had shit fall off the shelves here. The computer freaking came on and off. The the drawer for the keyboard came sliding out and went back in. And the Alexa came on and started playing some video. And
Maybe
now,
that's what it was. Maybe your phone is playing some sort of video.
I don't know. And then all of a sudden, some lady just started talking on the old headphones.
There's a lady talking, huh?
Oh,
Is she cute?
I don't know. Didn't hear it. So, all right. Should we get to segments?
Is your phone have any videos that it could be going on right now?
No.
I just want to figure this out because it's October and it's almost Halloween, so it's kind of a good theme for it.
Nothing's open.
I don't have anything on my end either.
Huh. That was weird. Wonder if it got picked up in the recording.
Maybe you'd have to look back. I would just remember the time that we're at.
I'll write it down.
Yeah, write it down and minus a minute or two.
Right? Right around 1:22.
I'm at 1:30 because I recorded like 8 minutes before we actually started recording.
So it's going to be probably right around, by the time I edit this, it's probably going to be right around 1:15.
Yeah.
So. All right.
We'll look at it before you edit.
Yeah, right. Segments?
Yeah, what's our first segment?
Well, we do our weekly challenge, which we're changing.
Yeah, we had, it was called our episode challenge, and what are we changing it to?
We're going to do it to a monthly challenge now.
So it's the same concept, but we're changing the time restraints on it.
And the reason we're doing that is because there's days where we go, hey, I got free time this week. Let's do a couple episodes. So now this is going to give us a chance to not have to lie to you guys and say we did them or didn't do them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've never lied on mine. So
I've never lied either, but if we did an episode tonight and then all of a sudden did another episode tomorrow.
Yeah, we wouldn't have time to actually do
any of the challenges, and I'd probably be like, yeah, I did them.
Yeah.
And then just make sure I did do them. Otherwise, I'd have to give you an update that say I lied.
Yeah. And by the way, didn't do that.
Yeah. So if we're switching it to a monthly challenge, so now that we can actually have a true timeline. So at the first episode of every month that we do, we're going to tell you the challenge.
Yep. And then the episodes in between, we're going to give you an update as to where we're at in the challenge and what we might see as the potential for actually completing it or not. Do you think, we didn't ask about this before, but should we up the ante for each of these then? Instead of $10, maybe it's $25. Because we have a month, it's going to be probably roughly 2.5 episodes.
It works for me. I mean, that's $50 for the 2 episodes.
Yep, 50 for the 2.
It comes to $500. Be $600 if we don't do any challenges the whole year.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to then.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay.
But
sweet. And
like
then,
I said
we
before, though, these got to be challenges, and a challenge is not a dare, not anything like that. It's got to be something that can better your life.
Yep. And we will, once we have a significant amount of money, we are going to be donating this money. So we are doing this for a good cause. So if you don't want to do the challenge, or you don't think you're going to be able to do the challenge, you can just opt out and obviously just pay the money.
Right.
And then once we have that significant amount of money, we're gonna be donating that. So right now, after this episode, I am gonna have to donate another $10 since last episode. I did not hit one of these challenges. So I'll be owing you another
Me
10.
too.
Okay. So that means, let me double check. Let me make sure.
Yeah,
But I
you got
think
the
right
tallies.
now I think we both owe $20 is my.
After this episode?
Yep. Because you had the first one, you did not do stand up.
Yep.
That was one of the first challenges that you missed. And the second challenge, which one did you miss this time?
I didn't follow the October.
So the last
October,
two that we had.
I drank a pop.
Yep. So the last one that we had was no fast food and introduce yourself to 3 girls. And I did not introduce myself to 3 new girls. I did talk to like 1 or 2. I might have done 3, but I didn't really consider it that. So I'm gonna still donate the $10 since I didn't like actively do that outside of the realm of what I normally would have done. And then I did not eat fast food during that time. So
Nice. I ate fast food and drank pop.
Yep. So you owe $10 for that, but you did introduce yourself to 3 new girls.
I did, and I
That's
actually
good.
became really good friends with one of them. Like we talk almost every day. Text, at least text every day.
Oh, there you go.
So,
There you go.
she's pretty cool. A lot of fun.
Yeah, that's cool. The other 2, nothing.
I just the other 2 were just 2 random people that I met during the day, and I was like, hey, I got a challenge going on with the podcast. And it was kind of more like pushing the podcast than actually meeting someone. So
Yeah,
but
I gotcha.
But I just kind of was like, nice to meet you, and I could talk to him for 5-10 minutes, and
Yeah. There you go. I wasn't even thinking of that. I should have just done that. That would have been way easier than.
yep. But the third one was awesome. Like we connected, and we're actually pretty good friends. I don't see it like a dating or maybe someday.
Okay.
But we talk quite a bit. It's pretty cool.
Sweet. There you go. Yeah, and then the other $10 that I owe is from not staying up for 24 hours. That was my own challenge that I didn't succeed in.
So, all right. So we're starting November. So this will be the November challenge. What is your November challenge for us?
So my November challenge for us to do 1,000 burpees.
In the whole month of November.
The whole month of November, you have to do 1,000 burpees.
I like it.
And burpees they're pretty intense. Like you gotta, not super intense, but you gotta start standing up. You gotta put your hands up in the air, go all the way down, go down to the push-up, do a push-up, and then get all the way back up, do the stand-up, and that's 1. So this, down, push-up, good, up, 1. That's it.
So.
Then you gotta do 1,000 of those.
All right. 1,000 of those. Is there 30 days or 31 days in November?
There are, I believe, 30, but let me double check. Yeah, I'm thinking there's 30 because there's 31 in October for sure.
Nice.
There's 30 in November.
It's not too bad.
No.
That means that we only got to do 33 a day.
Nice.
34 to get it, to break it.
Yeah. But, are we saying that we have to do it only in November, or can we start as of this podcast, which is October 25th?
I'm going to say after when we record this podcast.
Okay.
You just
so we have just over a month.
Yeah. Each one's going to be just over a month because the episode's going to be always recorded before the beginning of the month.
Okay. Sweet.
So yeah, from now until then. So we actually have less burpees a day.
Yep.
All right.
What's your challenge?
My challenge is to run 10 miles.
Okay. Do you have any restrictions on that? Does it have to be running? Can I use a treadmill? Can I use what's it called that Shan has? Like the arm thing.
Elliptical?
Elliptical, yeah.
I'm going to say no to the elliptical. You can do it on a treadmill.
Okay.
Or you can do it outside. Walking throughout the day does not count.
Okay.
It has
I was
to
gonna say
be.
walking throughout the day, it has to be. Walking throughout the day, I would get it in a day.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I would get it by noon.
Yeah.
um,
You have to go out of your way to run the 10 miles.
Yep, it has to be a planned event.
Okay.
So, and you can use your phone. There's so many things. I mean, you gotta have something.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll probably just use my vehicle to track what a mile is, and then just run to that point and run back, and then I got 2 miles.
Boom. All right. And that's my challenge.
Sweet. I like those challenges.
Dude, if we keep this up,
That is going to be a challenge.
if we go month by month and just keep doing exercise challenges,
we're going to be in shape.
Oh.
I know. I got one more exercise challenge. The other ones are going to be a little different. So we'll see. I have a couple months planned out.
I like it. I definitely got some that are not exercise as well.
Okay.
But they're definitely going to better your life.
Sweet.
So,
well, do we want to get into the next segment?
What's our next segment?
Our next segment is how much would it take to? So in this segment, we ask, how much would it take to do this? How much would it take to do that? And you have to give us a dollar amount. And if we decide that we would pay that dollar amount for you to do that, then you have to do it. You don't have a time restriction. You just got to do it eventually. Like, you still have 2 of them that you need to do.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, you're going to be shaving your legs and then not showering for a week. And you're going to get $100 if you do both of those.
And I got to document it, is what you said.
Yes. You have to document it so we can use a video for the podcast.
I like it. All right, I'm in.
Sweet. What do you got for your how much would it take to?
All right. I know that you're an organized freak, especially your bedroom.
Yep.
So how much would it cost for someone to pay you to never clean your room again?
That's tough because if I move, I'm going to have a new bedroom, so I get to clean it at that point, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, on a weekly, to never clean your room again.
So I'd never clean my room, but then, like, if I'd never clean it, but then, say in a couple months, I can move somewhere, and then I can't clean it for that couple months, and then I'll move somewhere else.
You're going to be moving a lot.
I'm moving a lot so I can have a clean room. So I'm going to need a lot of money.
Yeah.
I actually said a lot of money because, like you said, I am a neat freak. I feel like I would do it for less. I don't know how much less. I would need to actually have the money in front of me and say, like, hey, I will literally push this over to you in order to take it. I'm going to say $2 million because I like to clean my room.
All right. I will let you take out the trash and laundry and stuff.
Well, obviously I had to do the laundry. I wasn't worried about the laundry.
Well,
but like I wasn't really worried about the trash because I usually don't have trash in my room anyways. My concern is mainly the dusting because there's going to be dust everywhere. And I don't know what you consider. So like if I set something down.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm allowing you to take the trash out. Because if you take a pop in there, if I don't allow that, if you take like a pop can in there, or it stays in there forever.
So I can take the trash out and I can take the laundry out.
Yep.
Okay. If I could take the trash out, that's a little different. I would drop it to $1 million. Because then I could still like go rent somewhere for a while and not have to worry about rent.
Okay.
And be fine.
All right.
I can't lower it much than that because I'm more concerned about like the dust and Like if there's a spider in there, that's cleaning. If you gotta like get rid of a spider.
The webs, yeah.
I'm not living in my room with spiders and worms and whatever else gets in there, termites. I don't think there's a lot of termites.
I wish I had $1 million. Because I would
So you could do that.
Yes. You know what? You know what the first thing I would do?
What?
Is the first time I come over there, I would move everything.
Yep. I need more than $1 million now.
I would put pictures in different places. I would put your football helmets. I would scatter them throughout the room.
Yep.
Your movies.
Wow.
Your movies. I would scatter them on the floor.
I am moving monthly.
Your video game consoles. I would just have them hanging all over the floor.
Well, that's not in my room though. I have a couple in there, but nothing with cords.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'm now moving everything out of my bedroom. It is just going to be a bed.
I know what else I would do. I would put fingerprints all over your computer screen.
Yeah, you got me there. As long as it's not on my laptop, I'm fine. So I can clean my laptop because I use that frequently.
Yeah,
and I'm using it right now and it's not in my room, so I can clean it after that.
I put a nice chocolate handprint right on one of your screens.
Jeez, you are...
I would be evil. Just evil.
Yep. Yeah, that would need some money.
And the sad thing
How about
is,
you? How much?
The sad thing is, I know I wouldn't even have to do that much to drive you nuts. Just
you would
just your football helmets. If I just scattered your football helmets around, I think you might. Whew.
You don't even have to scatter them around. If you just turn them so they're like,
I know,
in an awkward angle, or if you turn them so they're backwards, so I can only see the back of the helmet, that would irritate the shit out of me.
I don't think I could ever let you do it though. Even if I had $1 million and I wanted to do it, I don't think I would let you.
Yeah, because you know how crazy I would go.
You'd end up in a straitjacket.
Yeah.
You really would. I really think you would.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure it would happen. It would take a while to get to that point, I think.
But eventually you'd get there.
I'd have to change my mindset for a lot of things.
I don't think you could.
I need more than $1 million right now. I'm going to stick at that $2 million.
I don't think you could change your mindset.
It'd be tough.
To be honest, I'd be very impressed.
Yeah. I know.
I can't say proud. I can't say proud because I don't want you to live like that.
Yeah.
But I'd be very impressed that you could change like that.
Yeah. It'd be something if I could.
For me, not $1 million.
Less?
Yeah. It doesn't bug me as much as you.
I figured.
I mean, you obviously know that. You've seen how I live. I'm not saying I like a clean room and all that, but if it's not, I mean, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But mostly is because I'm always so busy that it doesn't. You're home a lot more than me. To never ever clean again.
Yep. It's yours. So you get it. You're the one that made the rules.
I'll say $100,000.
Okay.
To never clean again, like eventually, you know, like I can deal with some mess and all that and be messy, but at some point I go, all right, we got to change this. We got to clean this shit up. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I'm thinking I need a decent amount of money because I mean then I could just focus on other things too if I had that much money. But I'm just like, anytime I would want to clean my room, if it got to that point, I don't think I could last months or years like that. So I would literally need to move in order to get a chance to clean my room.
I I would be scared, to be honest, for you. Because then we'd actually find out how bad your OCD really is.
Oh yeah.
If it is actually a clinical problem, or if you can break it.
I feel like
it's going to go one way or the other.
Yeah, I feel like my OCD would get worse because I feel like I'm getting way better with my OCD now.
Dude, it's 100 times better than what it used to be.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And if I had that kind of a situation, I don't know. I feel like I would revert back a little bit. I'd be getting worse.
Have you ever had OCD so bad that you counted shit?
Oh yeah.
Like you had to like flip a light switch off, went on like 3 times.
Not necessarily like
or
that,
you had to go,
but
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I can go.
Yep, I had that.
You had it when we played disc golf.
You did?
You did.
Oh no, I didn't have to do the 1, 2, 3 thing. I did have to do that for a long time. But for disc golf, disc golf, I would have to count my discs.
Mm-hmm.
And I still do every now and then. It's not nearly as bad as it was when we played.
Yeah. You did it really bad on our trip.
Yeah. Well, I do get worse on the trip than I am like.
And I get that you're worried that you didn't want to lose a disc, but there was a few times where you counted, and you're about to go throw, and you counted again, and you're about to throw, and you counted a third time. I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, I got to make sure I got all my discs. I'm like, you just counted.
Yeah, but what if it changed?
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. I'm like, that's when I noticed your OCD was really bad, and I was like,
yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, it's gotten better at this.
It's gotten way better because when I first met you, your OCD was really bad.
Yeah.
Like you used to follow when I came over, and if I moved something, you followed me around.
Oh, I know. I remember that. Yeah. Now it's not nearly as bad.
Not nearly as bad. Like you can kind of actually, and I'm sure you move shit back after I leave and all that, or something like that, but
yeah,
you used to. It had to go back immediately.
Yeah.
So I'm actually proud of you with your OCD.
Well, thank you.
So, all right, what's your first one?
Me too. My first one is, how much would it take to go on a blind date with a person that the other person chooses?
And I asked you if you were going to pick a guy, or you said person, guy or girl, and I was like, if you're going to hook me up with a dude, then it's going to be a lot more money. But if it's just like an actual date with a girl.
I'm not saying you have to hook up, though. I'm just saying it's a date. Like, you just have to.
But I don't want to go out with a date. I don't want to go out on a date with a guy. I'll go hang out with a guy. I mean, we won't but you're saying this is considered a date, and I don't want to put another guy through that.
Yeah, you don't want to, like, get their hopes up or something?
Yeah. That's just mean. But if it's an actual date with just some girl that you picked, $20.
20?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a date. It's nothing really.
Yeah.
Like you said, we don't have to hook up. We don't have to do anything. It's just a date. I'll go on a date. I'll go. Yeah, $20.
All right. I did more.
Really?
Yep. So I did, if you had to choose, I have 2 numbers just because we had that conversation. I do understand where you're coming from, though. I wouldn't want to lead somebody on.
Mm-hmm.
So that is definitely something that I wouldn't want to do. So I would maybe just be upfront about it immediately and let them know, like, hey, this is the reason I'm here. I hope you were on the understanding.
I would never do that to you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then we don't have to worry about that number. But my number for any, like, if you were to pick a girl that at random or whatever, however you decide to do it, I said $100 because I just want enough to cover the date. And I feel like $100 would cover the date.
Nice. I didn't even give that a thought, dude. Nice.
Yeah.
Shit. I asked for 20, and that's not even going to cover the date.
I know. Dang. I just want to cover the date. Doesn't matter what we're doing. I can do a date for $100.
I should have asked for more money so we could have had a better date. Damn it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing I was like. It'd be cool to have I'm sure there's definitely dates that you're going to spend more than $100, but at least that's a good chunk of the date. So
what is the most?
That's why
what is the most amount you've ever spent on a first date? A first date.
Yeah, I don't know. I've definitely like gone to like Benihana's and stuff, and then like other stuff outside of that. So like I've gone there and to a movie.
On a first date?
Probably not on a first date.
Yeah, I'm saying on a first date.
I don't think I've ever gone on a movie. I did go on a movie on a first date once. That was not.
Movie's not the big deal.
Out.
I was thinking Benihana's. You took a girl to Benihana's on a first date? That's pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
Let's go out, man.
Oh, yeah.
I need a date with you.
No, the movie. I'm more concerned about the movie. I have done that, but I feel like that's more once you get to know them. Like you're already like you know each other pretty well at that point, and you can go to a movie together because then you don't need to get to know each other as much, and then you can just enjoy it and then talk after. But I really enjoy the dates where it's not expensive, but you can connect more.
Uh-huh.
So it's
I agree.
More of a thing, yeah, where it's more of a connection thing.
So what is the most you've spent on a first
I don't know.
date?
I'm gonna say over $100.
Okay.
I don't know what the exact amount is. I'd probably say somewhere probably between 100 and 150.
I spent 182 one time.
Yeah.
That's why I knew the answer to this question. I took her out to dinner, and I did not think it was going to be, I took her to a nice restaurant. I didn't think it was going to be that spendy of a restaurant, but it obviously was. And the bill came, and it was it was like 160 something or 150 something.
Yeah, and then you had the tip.
The tip and all that, like $182.
Dang. Yeah, that's expensive.
And the sad part is I never saw her again.
No.
I'm like, wow, two bills, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is never gonna happen again.
Yeah, that's rough.
So, all right, what's your first one?
That was my first one.
Oh, all right. How much to quit disc golf? Never play again.
I have a very high number.
I figured.
Because if I never get to play again, like this is something that I can play for the rest of my life. So you're taking away hours.
So your answer is going to reflect mine. I wrote down an answer, and I'll tell you what I wrote down.
For me?
No, for me.
Oh, for you. Okay.
But it's all depending on what your answer is.
Okay. I said $10 million.
Okay.
I feel like that would be the lowest I would take because
10 million. Wow.
Because I could find other things to do, but disc golf is so fun. I really enjoy it. I do get frustrated at times, but I really enjoy it. It's a very cheap sport, but if you keep getting discs like I have, and you get bags like I have,
did you get another new bag?
I got another new bag.
What?
I got another new bag, yeah.
What happened to your blue one?
Nothing.
Oh my god.
There's a really good deal going on.
Oh god.
And it was only 100. Yeah, and it was a really cool looking bag. I'll send you a picture, but it's a really cool looking bag. And it's the same bag that Josh has, but it's just got a different pattern or whatever. But
so do you like
his is perfect.
Do you like it better?
His bag is perfect because every time we have both of our bags in the car, mine falls over 100% of the time. His barely ever falls over. So it's way more stable. It's more lightweight because it doesn't have the top part, but it's still like the same size. The side pockets are great. So I'm actually like, at first I didn't like it like as much as I thought I was going to, but now that I've played with it a few times, like I'm actually like enjoying it more and seeing the benefits of it, especially the lightweight. Like that is huge. Cause my other bag was so heavy because I had so much stuff in it that I didn't use. Like I didn't realize how much of the stuff I didn't use. And so that has been helpful, especially like for my back. Cause like with the Lyme's disease and stuff, I still feel it every now and then. Like I'm actually kind of feeling it right now, just sitting on this couch.
Yeah.
So that's been helpful. And it's just a really nice looking bag. I like it a lot. So, but yeah, so like all that extra stuff costs money. And so with $10 million, like eventually I want to be able to create my own disc golf course. And so like I wouldn't be able to do that. Or I guess I could, I just wouldn't be able to play it. And so like there's a lot of stuff outside of disc golf that incorporates disc golf that I want to do. And I think $10 million would be
Right.
enough for me to say, okay, well, I'll figure out another option then.
Mine's $5 million then.
5 million? Were you just gonna do half of whatever I did?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I figured I like it. I love it. I love playing disc golf, but I don't like it as much as Roddy. But I'm about halfway to where he is.
Yep.
So whatever he says, half of that.
There you go.
I don't ever want to quit disc golf. I like it. It's a lot of fun. I wish I was better at it, and I mean, maybe someday I will be. I just don't think I have the body anymore.
Well, it's also the time. Like, not only is it the body, it's the form is so much more important than like the strength, or it's just the muscle memory is like the main thing. If you get that down, because there's some disc golfers that don't really have great looking bodies. Like you wouldn't look at them and be like, oh, they're the best disc golfer in the world.
I don't think my body allows me to get into the form though.
Oh yeah, because of your shoulder.
Shoulder, my hips, my knees.
Yep.
Like I play around and I feel it the next day. Yeah, I feel it worse.
I'm not
playing disc golf than I do regular golf.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not at that point. Like I don't feel it anymore. Like I played around today and I'm kind of feeling it in my back, but I think that's more because I've been sitting a lot lately, doing podcasts and working. And so like
my back is fucked after a round of disc golf the next day.
Interesting.
It's a twisting.
Yeah. I'm so used to it now. I play it so often. All right. My next one is, how much would it take to shave your eyebrows?
I was going to say a low number, but I knew you were going to be like, all right, do it.
Yeah.
And I don't want bushy ass eyebrows anymore. Like, I pluck my eyebrows.
I'm not saying like trim them. I'm saying completely shave.
Yeah.
Like you have no eyebrows.
They're going to grow back 10 times fuller.
That's true.
I'm going to say $1,000.
Okay. That's way less than mine.
10 years ago, if I was younger, with my mindset, I would have been like $50. But
dang,
now
I would have done that.
Yeah, I know. I almost said $50 tonight, and I was like, no, because now then I
say yeah.
Yeah, I go because then you're gonna go, all right, do it, and I would have been like, fuck, now I got to do it.
Yeah.
And then and I just don't want to deal with that upkeep for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life, I guess it's not just $50 to shave them; it's $50 to because I upkeep my eyebrows. I pluck them pretty often.
Yeah, same. I do that too.
And because if I don't, I get a unibrow like a motherfucker.
Same. I get a pretty bad one. I do it like a couple times a week.
Yeah, me too. And it still could be
Yeah.
more. Like, there's times where I'll pluck and I'll be like, motherfucker, how do you get a hair like that after I just
Yeah.
plucked? I'm like, what the fuck? Does that grow overnight?
Yeah. Brian Regan has a joke about that. He says, "How do I have a 2-inch hair in the middle of my forehead that I don't notice? I must look directly at a mirror and don't move a millimeter of an inch either way."
It's true, though. So, yeah. $1,000.
1,000. I said 10,000 because of that. Again, it's more having to do with my OCD.
Yeah.
Because it would drive me crazy.
The only reason I said 1,000 because I didn't want to come anywhere close to a number that you'd say, go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Yep, I know. Yeah, oh man, I need to get some money so I can have you do some of this stuff.
So, all right.
Or if we have anybody that has money or wants to sponsor the podcast, let us know and throw us $1,000. And if he says $1,000 for something I want him to do, then we'll do it.
Make that check out to Justin Vandeventer. That's 3 capital letters in Vandeventer. So.
And then if I ever get something like that, it's Justin Rademacher. That's I don't know how to spell it. Takes too much energy.
All right. How much a month to do an OnlyFans? Like, if you started an OnlyFans page, what would you charge for your monthly subscription?
I don't know what the actual going rate is for any of the People's Go fans. I don't know if they have a lot or a little. I said $10 for anybody that wants to see any of my content. Is that cheap?
I don't know.
Okay. I figured $10 if a lot of people did it. Like if we had the people that follow this podcast do $10, we'd be sitting pretty.
Yeah.
You know, like we would be sitting pretty good. And so I figured if I could get that many people on the OnlyFans, then that's all I would need. Like that's more than I would need. So, and plus I wouldn't really do anything sexual, unless my fans liked it. No, then I would mostly do like stand up and the podcast and stuff like that.
So $10 to do your comedy page. How much would you have to charge for somebody to see a sexual page for you?
Oh man, I don't know. I like to keep that stuff private, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm putting a price on it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna say it's per person, right?
Yep.
Like per subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Can I wear a mask? So I hide my identity?
Sure.
If I hide my identity,
there's girls out there that do that.
Okay, if I can hide my identity so you don't really know who I am.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to hide.
I guess you'd probably be able to tell because of my tattoo. So if I could wear a mask, and not show any like tattoos and stuff like that, I would do it for cheaper.
You'd be naked. They're
I'd probably do it for. Okay, well if they see my tattoo, then I'm gonna do more. I was about to do $20 if they didn't see my tattoo.
Nice.
If they didn't see my tattoo or my face, I don't care. But if they like can identify me whatsoever, I would want more. I'd say per subscription, I would want at least 50 to 100.
Oh.
How about you?
For comedy and stuff like that, you did $10, so I'm gonna go $11 just so I can have a little more than you.
Well, you can make more. I'm gonna have more people because I got the better deal.
Yeah. $10 is fine for that. I would go different now. I would probably have to go $50 as well.
Yeah.
And that's because I have a daughter.
I don't have a daughter, but I would want to do it in case I have children.
Yeah.
I was thinking that mainly because of like family members that might happen upon it.
I don't give a fuck about that.
Okay.
If I didn't have the kid, I probably would have said 20, 25.
Yeah.
But because I have a daughter, I don't want her fucking seeing that shit, you know? That would bug me.
Yeah. I mean, I would only show her once.
Yeah. I'd kill you only once. I don't think I could, yeah. I've always wanted to start another podcast about shit like this.
Yeah?
I wanted to, I've been talking about it, doing a podcast called What Women Want. And I'd like to have a girl as a partner podcaster. And we talk about stuff like this, about OnlyFans and what she likes and what she wants in a relationship, what she's had in past relationships and like that. But we also call other girls, and talk about what they want, what they like, and then eventually talk to like OnlyFans girls and what it's like dating for them, and what it's like for family members and stuff, and if they have kids and how they feel. If their kids ever knew about this, or what their kids actually do feel about it, if they do know.
Yeah.
And then maybe even porn stars.
Yeah.
And talk to them about the family side of it, the dating side of it, strippers. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been dumped because you were a stripper? You know, stuff like that. And I wanted to do a podcast about that.
Yeah.
I thought it would be really cool because I think it'd be a podcast that guys would listen to find out what women like, and also to hear the spicy stuff of the other darker stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you should look into it.
I've been looking into it, but it's just...
Yeah. You just got to find the partner first.
And the time.
Yeah, that's true.
I
would do it, but I can't.
Yeah, I know. We have a hard enough time doing this one.
Yeah, exactly. And this is every other week. It's not every week that we have to put out an episode.
I thought I found a good partner, but then I found out she lives just as far away as you, and I'm like, I can't travel. And this is a podcast that you pretty much got to do together.
Yeah.
Because we got to be together to make the phone calls.
Yeah.
So yeah, I said $10.50. I say $10.50 as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good number.
Yeah. Like I said, if I was younger though, and I didn't have the kid,
yeah,
$20.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't give a shit.
I'm younger, and I don't have a kid, and I'm still not doing the $20.
Yeah, but my morals aren't as high as yours.
Well, like I said, I would do it for the $20 if I can hide my identity and my tattoo. I don't want people to be like, "Oh, I know that tattoo. I know that guy."
Hey, when I was younger, I definitely lived by that saying, $20 is $20, man.
Yeah, there you go. All right, my last one is, how much would it take to take candy from a baby and not give it back?
So you mentioned this one before, we've talked about all these questions beforehand, and I didn't ask you, am I getting caught from taking the candy from the baby?
So we'll do two of them. So there's an instance where you get caught, and then there's an instance where you're not going to get caught, but you're obviously getting caught by the baby that you're taking it from.
It's a totally different price, though.
Yeah. So, I'm still doing the same price either way.
Oh, really?
Yep.
For just the baby to catch me, hey, the loon clock's going off. For just the baby to catch me, $20.
Okay.
For a grown-up to catch me doing it,
It's tough because you're not going to know if... It's hard to tell if somebody's going to know if you did it or not.
yeah, but if you're saying
You know?
that I know it, then I'm going to have to go like 10 grand.
Yeah. Jeez. So, okay. Here, let's just do this scenario. So I ask you to take candy from a baby and you can't give it back. You don't know whether you're going to get caught or not. What's your number?
10 grand.
Okay.
It's a moral thing. Like, that's...
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a moral thing for me, but I said $1,000.
10 grand feels low for me.
Yeah. Well, I said $1,000, and then what I would do afterwards is...
Buy that baby
I can't give it back.
$1,000 worth of candy.
Yeah. I could do that. Or no, I would just explain to myself. I would explain to everybody, just be like, hey, this is just for a podcast. Like, this is a dare thing. Like, I'll buy the kids some candy. Like, this is just a skit, just a bit. But it wouldn't be a funny bit because, yeah, it would be mean. But I said $1,000.
All right.
So, well, sweet. Do we want to get into our next segment?
What's our next segment?
Our next segment is Love It or Hate It. In this segment, we talk about whether we love it or hate it. You cannot have anything in between. So, like, if I say a person, a place, a thing, you have to say whether you love it or you hate it. There is no saying, oh, well, I like it. But no, you have to choose one side or the other.
If it's in your life or if it's not.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
So,
you want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right. Surge. The old drink. The old, like, almost like Mountain Dew kind of drink.
Yep.
Surge.
I'm gonna say love it.
I figured you did.
Yep. And I have had it within the last few years. It's been a couple of years since I've had it.
Yeah, they came back out with it for a little while, didn't they?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It wasn't as good as I remember it being when I was a kid.
I thought so too.
But it's still really good. I love it. I love a lot of soda.
See, I'm going the opposite.
Oh, interesting.
I went hate it. And the whole reason I hate it was because the second time it came out.
You preferred
if
the
I would
nostalgia?
Yeah, if I could remember. It didn't taste the same from what I remembered.
Yeah.
I loved it as a kid.
Yep.
And now, when it came out the second time, I'm like, oh, this isn't as good as I remember it. It was still good. Like, I'd still drink it as a regular drink, but there's other ones that I drink other than that. That used to be like my go-to drink.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with hate it.
Okay. All right, my first one is documentaries.
Love them.
Love them?
Yeah. I would love it. There's some documentaries that can put me right to sleep and I can't stand, but there's some that are just phenomenal. And if I find a good documentary, that's better than any movie.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you know, like, it's something that actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like,
or
basically it's happening in front of your face, yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the time of filming, it was live, so, like,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You learn so much shit.
Yep. I said I love documentaries as well.
Okay.
I don't know. Like you said, there are bad ones out there, but for the most part, when you find a good one, like, that feeling is better than sitting through a bad one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll sit through a bad one to get to a good one.
Yeah. The Comedy Store one's still probably one of my favorites. There's a good one on Richard Pryor that we've talked about on here. I still don't know if you've seen it. You might have.
I have seen it now.
It's phenomenal.
Yep.
Michael Jordan one was great. Tiger Woods one was great. There's a lot of them that are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Movie rentals. Going to rent a movie back in the day.
That was one of my favorite things to do. I have to say, love it. I remember going into the movie rental place. We usually got pizza or KFC
Yeah, it was
or
an event.
tacos. Yeah, exactly. We went and got like food for the night. We would get snacks for the night. A lot of the times you could just buy your snacks right there. Like if you're at Blockbuster, you could just buy your candy, your popcorn, whatever you wanted right there. And then we usually got a few movies.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a weekend thing. Like it was kind of this is what we're up to tonight.
And it forced you to actually watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you knew you had to bring it back the next day, or you had to bring it back that weekend. Yeah, so like you'd sit down and you'd be like, okay, well this is our weekend, because we like sometimes you would do it on a sunny weekend and it would like kind of get in the way,
right?
Because you'd want to go out and do stuff, but then you'd be like, oh, but we rented this movie, we have to like it. So that kind of sucked, but it's yeah, not terrible. For the most part, I would rather do that than not have the movie, like not rent the movie for the weekend.
Nice.
So I said love it.
I would love it as well. Pretty sure there's 5 or 6 movie rental places out there that I still have late fees for.
Wonder what that amount would be at right now.
Sir, you owe us $25,000 from a movie you rented
it was
back
only $25
from a movie you rented back in 1998.
My next one is tickling.
I love it.
Okay.
It's a good laugh. It makes you laugh. It makes you smile. I'm in.
Yeah. So I have 2 different answers. If it's tickling for the fact that you're just getting the laugh and then it's done, I love it. It's great. I love tickling, especially like when you're like on a date or you're just trying to like be all cute and romantic or whatever, and you're just tickling each other. Like I love that. But if I'm very ticklish, and if it's to tickle me, to torture me, I hate it. Like if you are doing it past the point of being fun, I hate it. So that's how I gotta say. I'm gonna say overall love it, just because I've had more positive experiences with tickling than negative. But
okay,
that's what I gotta say.
All right. Is that it? No, I got one.
Nope. You got one more and I got one more.
Dancing.
So I love dancing, but I'm not great at it. I'm way better than I used to be. I'll actually get on the dance floor and I'll dance. Like you've seen me.
Oh yeah.
I'll dance. I've had it where
I drinks in you.
Yeah, I've had it where I had an entire bachelorette party dancing with me, and I loved that. That was awesome. But I wasn't a great dancer. I had the courage to do it and the liquid courage to do it, I guess, should say that. And none of you guys would get out there, so that actually helped me, I think. And then I was trying to get you guys out, but eventually I think you did.
You
went out eventually.
I didn't have the go get 'em attitude as you did right off the get go. I was like, I just ate, so let me simmer down.
Like, I gotta go to the bathroom quick, and then I'll be out there.
I was like, let me finish my dinner first.
Yeah.
I got you pretty tooted up that night.
Oh yeah, you fed me the drinks pretty heavily that night.
Yeah, fiery angry.
Yep. Oh, those are dangerous for me.
You loved them. You were slamming them down.
Oh yeah.
So.
How about you?
I love dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for dancing anytime. So I won't love
Sweet.
it. Oh,
My last one. My last one is black licorice.
hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate
No?
it. You can throw it away, get rid of it, never make it again. Yeah.
Dude, I'll eat all your black licorice. I love it. I love that taste. It reminds me of my grandpa.
Reminds me of NyQuil.
No, if I had some right now, I would eat it.
Yeah.
I would eat it right in front of you.
Oh God, I don't even like the smell.
Next time we hang out, I'm bringing black licorice.
Well, see me fight for it.
Gonna go to a movie with you, so you got to smell it the whole time.
Yuck. So, all right, should we get to our next segment?
What's our next segment?
Roddy or Vandy.
What's this about?
It's where we name something and we gotta just pick who's more likely to do it, Roddy or Vandy, or who's more likely to like it, Roddy or Vandy. So,
let's do it. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Who's most likely to dance in the rain?
Naked.
Okay, two answers. Who's most likely to dance in the rain? Who's most likely to dance in the rain naked?
I'm gonna go with Vandy on both.
I went with Vandy on both as well.
Yeah.
I like dancing in the rain, but I'm not gonna do it by myself.
I definitely would. I don't know about by myself naked, but that'd be a little weird. But I'd do it. Fuck it. It'd be fun.
It would be fun. It'd be a good life experience.
As long as it was warm. Cold rain would suck.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, that would suck.
But I'd do it. It'd be
shrivel
fun.
up to nothing.
Dancing in the rain's a blast.
Oh yeah.
So. All right. Who's more likely to learn a second language?
I wasn't very good in high school with Spanish. I took Spanish class for a while. I wish I was better at that, but I feel like now I would be better.
Yeah.
So I said Roddy.
I said Vandy.
Okay.
I want to learn a second language.
Yeah, I would like to, but I don't know. I didn't have I did okay. I got an A, then a B, then a C, then a D in my Spanish classes. So I only got worse. So I think now I would do better because I would have a better mentality and I would know what I would be working for and the reason that I would be working for it, and I would try harder, you know?
I think I have an idea for a new monthly challenge when we come up.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
We got to learn a language in a month?
Yeah.
Jeez.
See who can learn the most.
How are we going to test it?
Vocabulary.
Okay.
Put up the words.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll figure out something.
Sweet. My next one is, who's most likely to be flexible with their plans?
I said Roddy.
I said Roddy as well. Yeah, I'm able to adjust my work schedule if I need to. I'm usually able to adjust other things to get the things that I would like to do. For the most part, obviously there's things that like I said earlier in this episode, like I want to get better at talking with family and friends and getting to see people more often. So I'm bad at that, but I'd like to get better.
I actually have two answers.
I guess, what's that?
I actually have two answers for this. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I heard you.
So, most likely, say that question again?
So, who is most likely to be flexible with plans?
Okay, I said Roddy for that. But I will say I am more likely to be willing to change.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean by that?
Change their plans. I will say when you make a plan, you don't want to change it. You'd rather do what you want to do. And me, I'm more willing to go with the flow.
Okay. So like if you have a plan and something changes, you're more willing to change that
plan and be flexible and go with it.
I gotcha. Yep. I think that's fair.
Where you, I think, I would say would have, no, I really wanted to do this. I'm going to do this.
Yeah. I do that a lot, especially like if it comes to like comedy or something, or like a lot of the time I do that with the podcast too. Like you say like, hey, we're going to do an episode tonight. And I'm like, cause I was actually going to go do stand up tonight. I was going to go to the Caddy Shack and do stand up. But then you're like, let's do the podcast. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do that. So I was actually like open to it, but there was a part of me that was like, no, I want to do stand up, but I'm like, I'll have other Tuesdays. So.
Okay. Who is more likely to be a teacher?
I said Vandy.
I said Vandy as well.
Yeah, I never really had a big interest in becoming a teacher. I don't know why. I just haven't. And I don't know.
I said me because I was a coach. I've been a coach.
Oh, there you go.
So yep. I enjoy it and I don't mind it. I like seeing somebody start from not knowing nothing to actually becoming good at something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, plus they say those that can't do teach, and you can't do a whole lot. So, I mean, it makes sense that you'd be the teacher.
So that's why I always tell them, do as I say, not as I do.
I was just joking. And I do not believe that philosophy. I do not believe that those that don't teach, because there's a lot of good teachers that I had that they just cared.
School of Rock, and those who can't teach gym.
Yep. Yeah.
So I would be the gym teacher.
Yep. That's awesome.
So, all right. What's your next one?
All right. Who's more likely to pluck their eyebrows?
We kind of went over this a little bit.
We did. I wasn't expecting us to go over this already, but I said Roddy because I knew how often I did it. I didn't realize how often you did yours.
Yeah. Mine is almost daily.
I don't do daily. I could do daily, but
I don't
like
I don't do daily, but it's almost daily. Like there's So
like I feel some right now. I'm just kind of feeling it. I got a couple that I could.
I plucked some this morning.
Do you pluck it with your? Do you pluck some with your fingernails?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I do that too.
If I see one like at work or something, I'm like, oh god, clink.
Yep. Dude, I have tweezers in my car, at work, and at home, just so I can get it if I have one that I need to get.
I have a pocket knife that has tweezers on it.
Nice.
So. Yeah, I went with Vandy, but. I think it's pretty even to both of us.
Yeah, that one's pretty even.
So, all right. Who is more likely to be the bigger gambler?
I said Vandy.
I said Vandy as well.
Every time we've gambled, you've always brought more. You've always put a little bit more at risk, and I haven't.
I think life is more exciting with a little bit more on the line.
Yeah. Well, plus you do like pull tabs and stuff like that every now and then, and I usually, when you do that, sometimes I go in, but not every time.
We've done good though when I do talk you into it.
Oh yeah, we've had some good nights.
I'm gonna say we've won more than we've lost.
I'd say that's true. Yeah, I mean, like overall, I might be up with you.
I'm gonna say you're definitely up.
I was gonna say, yeah, because I've only done it like a few times, but there's the couple times that we've won a couple hundred.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever spent more than a couple hundred on them. So.
Oh, because you usually only do 20.
Yeah. Yep.
20
Yeah,
and done.
then sometimes you guys will go back in. I'll usually go back in for a little bit, but like I'll be like, I think I'm good.
And I usually don't ask you unless I know it's a really good box.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're usually good at letting me know if it's a good time to go in or not.
So, but yeah, I said definitely me.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Well, sweet. You want to get into our next segment?
Yeah. What's our next segment?
So our next segment is Would You Rather? A lot of people I feel like know kind of an idea of what this is. We ask, would you rather do this? Would you rather do that? And you have to answer honestly what you think you would do with the two different scenarios.
Okay. You want me to go first, or
do you want me to go? I'll go first on this one.
Okay.
So would you rather not shower for a week or shower 4 times a day for a week?
For a week.
Yep. So not shower for a week or shower 4 times a day for a week. I know you already got to do the not shower for a week coming up.
I think I'm going to go with not shower.
Okay.
It would suck horribly, but 4 shower. Oh man, something's happening with my neck.
That's not good. Is it like stiff?
No, I'm getting like a muscle spasm.
Oh, I gotcha.
4 showers a day. That's a lot.
That is.
I don't have.
What if I dropped it to 3?
Then I would shower.
Okay. So 4 is the limit.
4 is probably the limit. 4 is a lot. But that's because I don't take quick showers.
Yeah.
I'm a 10-15. Like a quick shower for me is 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy that just hops in and rinses off and I'm out.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I sit there and I like to like just imagine like a waterfall is flowing on me, and it's just like almost like a meditation at that point.
So like an average shower for me is probably 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
Is an average shower. So if
you
take
so 20, you go longer.
20, sometimes I go longer. So if we take an average shower time of 20 minutes, times that by 4, that's 80 minutes of showering. An hour and 20 minutes a day of being in the shower. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Or an hour, I can do an hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it was 3, I'd say that. But if it's 4, I'm going no shower. I just don't have. I wouldn't have the time of day.
Yeah, I still said at 4. I said 4 times a day. I would rather shower 4 times a day than not shower for a week. Because I'm sure I would be able to sneak in the times, but I definitely wouldn't take as long a showers as I normally do. I would take quicker showers.
Yeah.
Like just to accommodate for the time. So I would probably take like 5-minute showers, even though my average time is probably between 10 and 15 minutes for mine. I would just take the 5-minute shower, jump out, maybe go do something quick, jump back in the shower, get 2 out of the way in the morning, and then maybe do 1 after doing like a round of disc golf or something, and then 1 after work.
Yeah, and I don't think I could get them in.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, I know I just said there was an hour and 20 minutes, but it's actually longer than that because you got pause time in between that hour and 20 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think I could ever fit it in. Like, I'm not saying ever, but like, there's days.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
To make sure that I did it 7 days in a row would be tough. I don't know if I could do that. My schedule just doesn't
allocate it.
Yeah, like today. I literally woke up and it was dark outside, and I got home and it was dark outside.
Yeah.
I was nowhere near a shower for that time, and I'm not staying up all night to make sure that I get 3 more showers in.
Yeah, for sure.
But I will stay up all night to make sure I get a podcast.
Yeah, you're doing good today. You had a lot of stuff in today.
So, all right. Would you rather have a car, an SUV, or a truck?
I said SUV. I have an SUV now, and it's amazing. I love the thing. It gets pretty good gas mileage. Obviously, I think my car, actually, I think it was pretty equivalent to what my car got.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't need a truck. I don't have a need for it. If I were hauling more things or I had more toys, then I would want to maybe go with a truck. But for my needs right now in life, SUV is perfect. I love it.
Yeah, I went with SUV as well. I just don't. Eventually, I know if I start my own business or start getting bigger in a business or something, I probably would go with a truck.
Yep.
A car, I have no need for a car right now. Because an SUV there's SUVs out there that get just as good a gas mileage like you were saying. And
Yep.
I still have the extra room. So SUV all the way.
Yep. Would you rather have a mullet or a ponytail?
I said mullet.
Yeah.
Business up front, party in the back, baby. Let's go mullet. But if I'm gonna go mullet, I'm going all out.
Yeah.
Stair steppers on the side. I'm gonna perm the back. Have a nice permed freaking mullet. I think. Yeah, let's go.
So how much would it take for you to grow a mullet?
You have to wait for another episode to find the answer to that. We're past that segment.
I said ponytail.
I would pay to see you in a ponytail.
I'd definitely have to grow my hair out. It would take a while.
I haven't seen you with hair in a long time.
Yep. Which is that. It's okay with me. I enjoy this look. I think I have a good look going, and I'm going to keep it going for a while.
Yeah.
Especially, like, now that, like, people know me with a beard. I've had people, like, I've shown people pictures of my face, and they said that they don't recognize me. And they're like, that's not you. I'm like, yeah, that's what I look like under this beard.
And the thing is there's people out there that's how they know you.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't know me with a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they only know me without the beard. So, like, if they saw me with the beard, they'd be like, whoa.
See, I'm in between. We're getting close to where I've known you almost longer with the beard now.
Yeah. I've definitely had facial hair. I've definitely had facial hair longer. Like, you've known me, with facial hair at least, whether it be a goatee or a beard or whatever. But yeah, I've had the beard for years now. Well, except for the time I had to shave it all off because the Rams lost to the Patriots.
I still think I've seen you without a beard longer, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known you for almost 15 years now.
Yep.
You haven't had the beard for 15 years.
No, I've had the beard maybe 5.
Exactly.
But not this beard. I had another beard, and I did, like I said, had to get rid of it and then grow this thing back.
Total years of beard, I'd say you're at maybe 6, 7 years total of beards.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. See, we're getting close.
If we included,
getting close to where
I had like a year or two probably where I had like just goatee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I remember.
And then there was a couple of years where I would have the goatee and then I would shave it down to the Hulk mustache.
I have very, 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 very few years. To be honest, I don't think I've ever went a full year where I've been clean shaven.
Yeah, I don't think I've gone a full year with it since probably when I first met you,
Mm-hmm.
and then that was about it.
And the funny thing is if you shaved your beard and went clean shaven, you would subtract probably 10 years off of your age.
Oh yeah, for sure. I did stand up at in St. Cloud, and it was the first time doing it in years. And I had a guy come up to me. He's like, this might sound weird, but you both look really old and really young at the same time. Oh,
With a beard, you look like you're 30.
yeah,
In your 30s. Without a beard, I would frickin' probably card you.
yeah, for sure.
So, all right. My turn?
Yep.
Would you rather be rich and unhappy or poor and happy?
I would rather be poor and happy. Like, happiness is everything to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, I don't, like, obviously I would like to be comfortable, but I don't need that, I guess. And I've thought about that recently, actually, because I've been listening to podcasts and like a lot of comedians and stuff like that. And a lot of them took risks, like it takes a lot of risk sometimes. And I've thought about that, because I'd like to be a comedian someday. And if you get too comfortable, that could, actually be bad for you in the long run if you think about it. I don't know. I've definitely had thoughts about it. I'm still having thoughts about it. I don't know what I want to do, but it is nice being single, I guess, in that aspect.
I don't know if I can answer this.
Why not?
Because I don't, to be honest, I don't think it's possible for either.
You don't think so?
I think they're pretty even. I think if you're poor, you're going to be just as unhappy. I think, because you're always going to be unhappy at some point. So if I could be poor and happy most of the time, or rich and unhappy most of the time, I probably would say rich and unhappy.
So then you feel like you're going to be happy sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've lived the life of poor and unhappy most of the time.
Yeah.
Or happy most of the time.
Yeah.
Let's try rich once.
Yeah.
Let's see what that feels like. Let's see what that feels like once.
Yeah. Well, I understand that. I'm just going based off of like what you were saying. I would rather be happy than have money.
I would too.
Personally.
I totally agree. But I think you're still gonna be unhappy.
Yeah.
But if it's a
if it's
a full-time feeling, like if I could be broke completely and still be happy all the time, I would take that. But you're still going to be, I mean, realistically, you're going to be unhappy at times.
Yeah. From what I've like, obviously I've never experienced being rich, so I don't know what that feels like. But based off of what I've heard on like podcasts and stuff with like people that have made some money, like some of them are still unhappy, like, which means money isn't everything. And sometimes you get your what you believe is your dream career, but then it becomes a job to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then that makes you unhappy because then what you thought was what you were doing for fun is then something that you are now forced to do. And it's not something that you want to necessarily do anymore because it's not fun. Like you took all the fun out of it.
I would have to know what the definition of poor is too. Well,
Yeah. Or rich, because some people would maybe consider us in a position of being rich.
Yeah, some people out there consider us rich right now.
Yeah.
Which, I mean.
But then there's also people that would consider us poor.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it's a tough question. It is all subjective
Yep.
to the audience, I guess. My last one is, would you rather be able to move things with your mind or read minds?
When you first asked this, I was going to say read minds. In a heartbeat, I was going to say that. And then I started thinking about it. And I'm going to go with move things with my mind.
Why is that?
Because I think being able... if I could shut it off...
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Then I would read minds. There's minds that I do not want to read.
Yeah.
I don't want to read 24/7.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff could be pretty disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to be sitting at the dinner table and knowing that your mom and Chuck want to get it on right then and there, or something, or some shit like that, Like, I don't need to listen to this conversation in your guys' heads.
Yep. Anyway, I'm gonna leave.
Or you could be by some kind of like Jeffrey Dahmer guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to know those thoughts.
No.
So.
That's a good point. I wasn't thinking about that. I already went with move things with my mind, but I wasn't going that route. I was going that route more because I think it'd be more fun for me. For me, I would be able to like play fetch with a dog, but like just like mess with him. So I'd like throw the ball, then I'd like with my mind bring the ball back to me before he can get it to it.
Oh, I'd have more fun reading people's minds though.
I don't know. I would still have fun reading minds, but I would much rather do that. Or
do you know how many people
if I could move things with my mind. Yeah. But dude, if I could move things with my mind, do you know how many aces I could get in disc golf?
Yeah.
Every single throw would be an ace. Or bowling.
Strikes.
I could get a strike every time. Dude, I could be a world-class athlete if I could move things with my mind.
Would you want to be though?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'd feel like I was cheating.
I mean, it's not cheating if like it's just given to you.
Yeah.
Just another ability.
Right.
Is it cheating if somebody's like just naturally born with their talents?
Yeah, but I didn't technically do the object of the game correctly.
What do you mean?
Well, if I rolled the ball and like in bowling, if I rolled the ball and I got a 9 count and all of a sudden I just went with my mind, knocked that other pin over, I'm like, all right, I didn't really get a strike, but I got a strike.
Well, in my mind, I'm not going to knock the pin over with my mind. I'm moving the ball with my mind. So it's going to look as if I had done nothing. So I can get away with cheating way easier.
Yeah. I still don't know if I could do it.
It's more of a moral thing for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the kind of guy that was against steroids too,
Yeah.
But I'm also the guy that says put the steroid guys in the Hall of Fame.
You think they should be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Pete Rose. I think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. I argue that one through and through.
Yeah.
They broke the records.
Yeah.
And yeah, steroids helped. They helped a lot, obviously. But the guy still had the talent to do what he did.
Yeah, because there's other people, if they took steroids, they're not getting the record.
Yeah.
I don't know how I fall on that one.
Go in the muscle gym right now. There's juice heads in there all over. put them at the plate, and let them try to hit a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. They're not hitting a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. That guy still had the talent and the skill to put a bat on a ball.
Yeah.
It's just muscles gave him a little more pop.
Yeah, for sure.
They inflated the numbers, but how much we will never know.
Yeah. Because they'd have to go back and play back in those days without the steroids, and there's no way of doing that.
And I wish we could, because I think Mark McGwire might have still had a chance. He was a big dude, even off of steroids.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds, on the other hand, not so much.
No.
Barry Bonds entered the league looking like King Griffey Jr. and walked out
all of a sudden,
looking like Dwayne Johnson.
Yep.
So, all right. Would you rather earn a career or be helped and given a career?
So this is a tough question for me, because I've heard a speech from Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was giving it to a college, like a group of college people just graduating, and he said that he would never be where he is today without the people around him helping him. Like, people gave him his first weight set. People gave him a place to live for a while. Like, so he got help throughout his career, and he said he would never be where he is without that help. And so I feel like it depends on the help that I'm given. But I said helped and given a career, because, like, you're going to get help from people. It's just what kind of help are you getting from them, you know? And so, like, if I get help, I feel like I can still earn it. It just depends on the circumstances. But I'm still going to say helped and given a career.
I said helped and given a career as well. There was a guy, a millionaire, I'm sure he is, goes, would you rather be a millionaire and would you rather be given the money to be a millionaire, or would you rather earn $1 million to be a millionaire? And the guys go, I would rather earn it. And he goes, you're an idiot then. Because you already have the mindset that you're not going to be a millionaire. I just gave you the steps to be a millionaire. I'm giving it to you. You still want to be stuck where you're at, trying to become one. How about taking that $1 million that I just gave you to be a millionaire and becoming a bigger billionaire? If you have the ideas of becoming a millionaire, I'm giving you the easy way to make even more.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you have $1 million, you can live off the interest of that for a while, or just continue working and not, like, get into that $1 million, and then you can live off that for a long time after the fact.
The way he said it, I didn't say it exactly like he said it, and I probably fucked it up, but the way he said it made sense.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I kind of got what you were saying though. Like, it makes sense. Like, if you are given that $1 million, you're going to be able to spend that money and earn money with that money. It's just like the fact, I saw this thing one time where somebody said, I don't know exactly what the numbers were, but they said it was kind of a political thing. So I don't want to, like, get super political, but somebody's like, okay, so we're going to give $600. If we give, let's just say $1,000. We're going to give $1,000 to somebody that lives paycheck to paycheck, and they're just going to spend all the money up front. Like, they're just going to spend that money. Why give it to them? And then you give that same $1,000 to somebody like a millionaire, and they're going to make that 1,000 turn into 5,000 within the year. And they're like, well, you're not really looking at it in the right way, because the person that lives paycheck to paycheck, they need that money and they need to spend that money on groceries and gas. And so they need to use that money. That's not something that they want to do. But the person that doesn't need the money, they can invest. They can put it in the bank and just earn the interest. So there's two different ways of looking at that. So like if you are given that money, of course you're going to be able to make more with it because you're not going to need to use it as much. Whereas if you're not a millionaire and you have to earn your way, it's going to take you a lot longer to get that $1 million because you need to spend the money as you're earning the money.
Given it, like in the career, if I'm given the career, I'm going to find out if I deserve the career or not.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to keep the career.
Yeah.
If I can't keep the career, then I wasn't given anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to earn your position, essentially.
You're going to earn your keep.
Yep. Yep.
So give it to me.
Yep.
It'd be a lot, you know. We'll find out if I deserve it or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Sweet.
I think it's to that time of the night.
What time of the night is it?
Dedication time, baby.
Dedication. Who do we want to dedicate this one to?
We're dedicating it to the late, great Gilbert Gottfried.
I feel like that is a very good dedication. I know we had talked about this before. Yeah, I mean, he is a recent passing, so it's a very, very big loss in the comedy world.
Great comedian, great actor.
Yeah. Obviously, if you know who we're talking about, he's got a very unique voice. So if you've ever heard of him, you could pick him out of a crowd super easily.
Heard he was a good, big family man.
Yep.
I'm excited to do the deep dive. I gotta get back into the deep dives. I know I keep talking about it, but I gotta get back into it because I definitely want to dig into a lot of these people.
Yep.
This is gonna be a good one. Because I don't think people realized everything that this guy was a part of and did.
Yep. Yeah, he was in a lot of things. I don't have a lot of it off the top of my head, but yeah, I remember him in had it and I lost it.
He played the principal in Problem Child.
Nice.
And then he played the guy that was in charge of the orphanage in Problem Child 1. And then in Problem Child 2, he was the principal. That's what I remember him in the most.
Yeah.
He was Iago in Aladdin.
Yep. I definitely remember that. He's in Beverly Hills Cop. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I can't picture what he was in that.
Dr. Dolittle. That's what I was thinking of. I remember him in that movie.
What was he in Dr. Dolittle?
He's the dog. He's the voice of the dog.
No, he's not.
Of a dog. I don't, not of like the main dog, but he's one of the.
Lucky was Mark Norman. Or not Mark
Norman. Oh, no, yeah.
Norm MacDonald.
Yeah, Mark Norman. He's a newer guy.
Yeah.
The Aristocrats, too. The Aristocrats joke. Have you ever heard of that?
Yep.
Yeah, he was in that. That was a really good one.
Yeah, I'm excited to do that.
There's a TV show, and I'm looking. There we go.
Very nasally talker.
Yep.
Almost talked like out of the back of his throat.
Oh, he was in Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's cool. I love that show.
So.
Hollywood Squares. He was in Hollywood Squares. Sorry, I'm just kind of going through. He was in Fairly Odd Parents. That was a good one that I knew him from. I'm trying to find just the one that I knew him from. He's in Family Guy. Got a few things there. I can't find the one I'm looking for.
Was it a movie or a TV show?
TV show.
Oh. Huh.
So it was early on in his career. Oh well, I'm just gonna give up on it, and if I find it, I'll maybe bring it up in another episode.
Okay.
It's a money show.
Money show.
Oh well. Yeah, it was a millionaire that was giving away his money, and it was in that show a decent amount.
Well, man, I think this was a great episode. Definitely one of our longest episodes.
Yeah, with just the two of us. This is definitely, we're tickling 3 hours right now.
Uh-huh. So
thank you guys for sticking in. I hope you guys were entertained the whole time. I hope you
enjoyed it. So, because I definitely did.
I had a lot of fun.
This was fun.
Yeah, and then I think moving forward, I think we're going to be doing some episodes where it's kind of a theme with our questions and our segments.
Change it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to see if you guys like that. If not, obviously we can go back to these random episodes, but it is kind of nice. Either way, I like talking about random things, getting to know you randomly, but I think it's going to be fun getting in depth into certain topics. So
yeah, I agree. Still going to be the same format, just we're going to pick a topic and we're going to base everything off of that topic.
Yep, we're going to do everything. So all the questions, all the segments, it's all going to relate around one centralized theme. It's most likely going to be a pretty broad theme, so that way we can kind of narrow it down as we ask the questions and get into the segments. We just want to obviously be able to, we don't want it to be very specific. So if we say, like, I'm watching all the Harry Potter movies right now, maybe there's enough for an episode of Harry Potter stuff, but we're going to generalize it. So if we do something like that, we're probably going to do movies, or something along those lines.
Food or snack or candy or.
Yeah. So instead of doing like Snickers, we're going to do candy or food or whatever.
Right. So it should be interesting. We'll see how this goes. It's going to be real similar to our sci-fi episode.
Yep, exactly. So if you like that sci-fi episode,
you're going to like the
check that out. You're going to see what's about to be coming up. So,
dude, this was a lot of fun. I had a blast. For you listening, you guys can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, The Stupidest Pod. We're on Twitter.
Yeah.
Am I missing it? YouTube. Go check us. Go add, subscribe. Get the alarms for that. Comment, rate, wherever you're listening to the podcast. It helps a lot. Subscribe.
And subscribe.
Yeah. And share a post. It helps. It helps a lot if you guys are enjoying the episodes and all that. It helps a lot. Because we're going to start looking into sponsorships and see if we can get some money into this.
Yeah, and maybe we can get some merch. So if you guys are interested, we're thinking about doing that. Yep. So if you have any ideas of what you might want to buy with our logo on there, again, The Stupidest Podcast, let us know your ideas. If you have anything, or if you have questions you want to ask on the podcast, anything like that, you can always just send us an email, you know, or reach us on any of those social media platforms.
Yep, you can reach us on any of those.
Yep, on any of the social media, or send an email. Our email is thestupidestpodcast@gmail.com.
But you guys can always reach us at
www.thestupidestpodcast.com.
All right, guys. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Have a good one.